Well, 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 if it isn't Twitch chat. Are we live? Can you see and hear me right now? Excellent. Well, it is good to have you back, everybody. It's good to be back. Welcome back to beautiful, wild Wyoming, USA, where we're digging up fossils for the Cincinnati Museum Center here in the Central Laramidia Project. Welcome to a live paleontological dig. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I guess a full-time science communicator nowadays. This is, believe it or not, how I make my living. I'm able to fund my research, my travel, my fieldwork, all while doing outreach. We are back at the Turtle Hill site today. Our stream here from the other day was cut short because of our ceratopsian surprise at Purple Puzzle site. But anyway, I'm back, and of course, as soon as I go live and I'm on camera, the wind immediately picks up. Right now, we haven't had like a gust of wind all day until right now, but anyway, it might be windy this afternoon. So it goes out here in Wyoming. But welcome. Again, my name is Danny. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. I'm out here in the field digging up fossils for science, and we'll be walking you through that process today at the Turtle Hill site. As a paleontologist, I study fossils. As a dinosaur paleontologist, I specialize in dinosaurs. Most paleontologists don't work on dinosaurs, and that's kind of a stereotype, archetype that I want to kind of dispel right from the beginning. Most paleontologists don't work on dinosaurs, and today we are not likely to see any dinosaur fossils on stream. We're working at a site where we've got mostly microvertebrates, so fishes, amphibians, mammals, if we're really lucky, mammals. We haven't found any bird fossils here yet, but that would be killer if we do. Yeah, it's going to be a fun stream. I'm here with Fisher and Cameron just like the other day. Again, we didn't get to do a full stream, and this should be a pretty chill day, just kind of hanging out, talking. If you've got questions, it's a great time for them, so welcome. Yeah. And, anywho, yeah. What's the age at this site? We are in the late Cretaceous period, so a little bit before the very end of the age of dinosaurs. So we're at about 72, 73 million years ago, give or take. We're still kind of working on finding out the exact dates for this particular formation here. But we think it's about maybe Campanian, Maastrichtian boundary, late Cretaceous, just before you get dinosaurs like T-Rex and Triceratops. So, yeah. Good stuff. But yeah. And microvertebrate hype. I'm glad you're excited about that, Alex Speed. Yeah. Here, let me get some water, and I'll show you the site itself. There's my satellite dish and solar battery there. Now I can broadcast you from middle of nowhere, Wyoming. We haven't been finding too much today, so probably be a lot of discussion. Yeah. And howdy, Murph. How are you doing? Hello. Welcome. Continued support. It's good to see you. Claire Burr, thank you for doing what you do. Appreciate you being such a stellar moderator, Claire. Thank you. And Leanne, how are you doing? Welcome back. How's the weather there? It's a little cooler today, and apparently a bit more humid. 16%. Wow. Good stuff. Yeah. Excellent. And thank you, Miss Capri Cal. I'm hoping we find some turtle pieces too. But yeah. Let me walk you down to the site. For those of you who haven't been here before, you'll be curious to know what this looks like. Welcome to Turtle Hill. Today we've got Fisher and Cameron on site. Fisher is leading the charge. So this is my only begotten son, Fisher McDarmid. We joke about that. He's not actually my son. But
some curious similarities.
Yeah. And then so Fisher, where are you at right now, and what's your whole deal?
So, like, in terms of, like, my career, or, like, just, like, at Turtle Hill?
Why do you look like that?
No, it's a great question.
That's an inside joke from years ago. Anyway. Yeah, like, where are you going to school? What are you interested in?
I'm currently a master's student at University of the Pacific, which is in Stockton, California.
Yeah, shout out Central Valley.
Not on the Pacific, but whatever, it's not that far away.
Yeah.
I'm doing my master's looking at Miocene birds, so my little passerines probably from the middle Miocene of Montana.
Nice, nice.
I'm going to be describing some bird material from a locality where there are people have been talking about the mammals, the birds in any detail. So
gotcha.
That's my thing.
Yeah. So during his master's degree, every day is Thursday Birds Day for Fisher here, learning about birds.
Yeah, but my secret passion, or I guess it's not so secret. My my passion that I never get to work on is fossil mammals.
Fossil mammals.
And their relatives. So.
Nice. Cool. You have a favorite fossil mammal group?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I'm definitely partial to ungulates and proboscideans. So that's like hoofed mammals and then elephants and their relatives. I think probably if I had to choose, though, maybe the calicotheres.
Oh, yeah, those cool perissodactyls, the like horse gorilla guys.
Yeah, so there's two groups. There's the schizopterynes, which are the more, I guess, regularly shaped ones that have like kind of like a horse-like proportions, and then there are
those with the big knobbly heads.
I think
Pachycephalosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tylocephalonyx is a schizopterine, and then there's the calicotherines, which are the more classical calicotheres with like the big, disproportionately long arms and reaching up in the trees and stuff.
And they're walking on their knuckles, probably.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Incredibly cool guys. Yeah. Awesome. And we got Cam over here. Cam, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, yeah. I'm Cameron Schwalbach. I work with the Cincinnati Museum Center. I'm the Paleontology Collections Manager. And we're the repository where all these great fossils are going.
Nice. So normally you're like back in the lab or in the collections, and now you get to see.
Yeah, a little out of my element here. In more ways than one, Cincinnati is a lot of Ordovician, marine, limestone, and shale overlain by some Pleistocene alluvium. So this is right smack dab in the middle.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, older than the Pleistocene, much younger than the Ordovician. Holy cow! But yeah, I'm gonna put the camera over here and let's kind of talk about some stuff today, and let me know if you've got any questions. Yeah, and we will, we're going to get some work done during the stream, so should be fun. Yeah. And Android Affection says, this is so neat to see. I hope you're all well today. We are. We've had a nice day so far. It's not too hot. Kind of talking, I don't know, talking about a lot of like philosophical stuff earlier, which is, it's always fun to do when you're around like-minded people. You know, what's this all about? Why is paleontology important? Why are we so weird? You know, stuff like that. Yeah, why do fossils matter? Do they? They do. Spoiler alert. Or at least, I don't know. I think they do.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, chat. I'm not trying to knock you over. There we go. That should probably do it there like that. Maybe a little bit closer. Yeah. And, a fossil leaf right here in front of the camera. Look at that. Those veins on it right there. Pretty nifty. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. And hey, Rhacodactylus, how are you doing? Welcome. Rhacodactylus also from the best place in the world, California's Central Valley. You're in Merced, right, Rayco? Is that right? Yeah, Fisher is in Stockton nowadays.
Maybe the worst place on earth. I'm not a huge fan.
It's not a lot of people's favorite place,
but it's home. It's home for some people, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's the first place I've ever seen a mink, so that's worth something, I guess.
Silver lining.
Rico says, "Yeah, Merced." Oh God, Stockton, says Rhacodactylus. I didn't realize there was a hierarchy of Central Valley cow towns. Yeah. Oh boy. We were talking. We got to get Fisher out to the Bay Area and like go whale watching, go see the redwoods, go to the Cal Academy. Have you been to the museum at Berkeley?
I've done the visits to the zoological section.
MVZ, yeah, but not to UCMP.
Nope.
Got to get you in there, Fisher. Shoot. Yeah, I can show you around. We can go bug Pat and have her let us into the collections. And Rico says the best part of Stockton, though, is it's way closer to Lodi, which has terrific vineyards. If you haven't checked them out, definitely recommend.
They've got nice birds there too.
Cool.
A lot of overwintering birds that breed up in the Arctic, sandhill cranes, snow geese, that kind of stuff.
Nice. And Moxie Drinker says Stockton isn't that bad, especially the airport. The best part of Stockton, apparently, is leaving. That's what I'm hearing. But, yeah. Anyway, it's good to have you all here. Welcome, Helix O. Kim XY, thank you for the watch streak there. And Alexander Morrison, who was not here for our Turtle Hill stream last time, wants to know if we've already put away that croc scute.
There's a second one that we got yesterday. We didn't have time to put away.
New croc scute.
We got a little keeled one.
Oh,
Slab here.
Oh yeah, look at that. And let me go get the magnifying glass. I'm gonna set this here for just a moment. Let me go grab that. I'll be right back. Hang on, chat. Switch out my water bottles too. All right. Pseudotsuchian time. I just thought it was funny that they're called Pseudotsuchians when they are the true crocs. But here, try and get this. Yeah, they're Eusuchians? How does that work?
There's Suchia.
There's Suchia.
And which is nested within Pseudotsuchia.
Yeah. You can see that? Is that showing up? I'm trying to line this up properly. Nice little croc scute there. You can see the keel on it. Not as pretty as the last one, but still nice.
It's also not as exposed, so.
Yeah. Right, yeah. So, yeah. And Alexander says, Eusuchia is the true crocs and closer kin. Ah, okay. Cool.
This is always I want to go down.
Yeah.
Don't want to go any past you.
Well, cool. Thanks, Fish.
Okay. Checking it out. I saw him do it before.
Yeah.
We've got some wares here. If people are interested, just given that we have almost nothing coming out today.
Well, so it goes. It's feast or famine.
Peruse the findings we've made so far. I'll probably wrap those in a couple of hours.
Yeah. Well, we can look at them later, especially when we get a big raid or something like that. But yeah, and Murph says, how much of the hill are you permitted to dig in?
I mean, I don't
all
know.
of it, really, right?
Basically the whole thing. We
Yeah.
have an excavation
The whole
permit
turtle.
for this site.
Yeah.
The whole turtle.
I was just speaking with Cameron not that long ago about what the plan is after we finish this bench, because it seems like it's going to be done relatively soon. I was prepared for this to last the rest of the season.
Just this bench right here.
Because it's, oftentimes the site can be so fossil dense that you have to go a lot slower.
Right.
But since we've been finding so little, we've been going a lot faster. And so I'm unsure of what we want to do next. We might go underneath where the camera is. We might go a little further east, over by where Cameron is. It's going to be kind of a logistical problem because working through this thick limestone layer is no easy feat.
Right. Yeah, I might need to bring the rock. We'll need to bring the rock saw back.
Yeah,
most
maybe
likely.
not for this bench over here, but
Yeah.
it's also much smaller. And if I end, finish that bench early, then I might be just out of luck because you don't want to end up rock sawing in the last week.
Yeah.
It's not worth exposing anything.
Right.
Extract anything from it.
Mothproof KT says, Fisher, we are always interested in your fossil wares. And then, this has got to be a reference to something, but Snow Dunchy says, scientist has wares if you have coin. What is that from?
I'm not familiar with this reference.
Oh, okay. Somebody in the chat, I guess, can... Well, now 40 people in the chat are all going to chime in at the same time and say what it's from. Is it from Facebook? They're saying the Elder Scrolls. That sounds like Facebook to me.
It's a video game.
Yeah, that's Skyrim and Kin, if you've heard of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Morrowind.
Skyrim. Reikadexel says, video game reference. You wouldn't understand it, you scientists. Like, you're one to talk, Reiko. Scientist yourself. Reiko's a cognitive scientist who studies, like, why people believe weird things, from, like, urban legends to internet hoaxes to conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
Evolution.
Fascinating.
Evolution. No, but, like, literally, like, creationism. Yeah. Germ theory, you know. Gravity. Yeah.
Spherical planets.
And Gay Hibiscus says, Facebook is for boomers and older Gen X. I'm sorry. That was the joke. The Elder Scrolls, Facebook, you know, the elderly people scroll. Never mind. Yeah. That's why I'm not a comedian.
You are to us, Dan.
Oh, well, that just shows how low your standards are, I guess, Cameron. And Reiko says, actually, yes, about evolution. Last week, I went over some evolutionary pseudoscience in the manosphere.
Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah. It is really cool stuff. And, North Korean government, welcome back. They say rocks are looking very rocky today.
Great username.
Yeah. Again, big fan of your nuclear program and missile technology, North Korean government. Keep up the good work.
You know, I heard you guys invented the cheeseburger.
Is that true?
I believe there's some rumor that Kim Il-sung or Kim Jong-un is the inventor of the cheeseburger. I don't know. Maybe that's just a myth. But
I've heard that the cheeseburger was invented in Pasadena, California. Yeah. Oh, and Shark Geek, hey, we were just talking about you a little while ago. Shark Geek says, hey, how's the boneyard? It's a little dry today, not just in terms of moisture. Not finding a whole lot today, but, you know, so it goes. I cleared away a bunch of this earlier when I wasn't on the phone today. Jim called me earlier. We were talking about some stuff. It's always nice to get a call from Jim, but, yeah. He's just so full of information. It's like drinking from a fire hose. As you well know, chat. But yeah. And... Good stuff. Anyway, Shark Geek, if you're really lucky, we might find like a ray tooth or something live on stream. That would be pretty rad.
I found one of those out this morning. One of the very few things I found today.
Oh, you found a ray tooth? Oh, heck yeah.
I think we've got like maybe 7 or 8.
Here's a leaf I'm digging straight through. Really crumbly, but you can kind of barely see the veins there on the leaf. Do you feel like the more plant material you find, the fewer vertebrate fossils you find in any given like 1 centimeter?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's accurate. Most of like the little micro fossils are going to be in like this yellow, like sandy stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the shalier stuff that has like the leaf impressions lack fossils, or lack vertebrate fossils. Of course, they have fossils in them. But
Yeah.
some of the big Melvius material can end up in there.
So it's got to be like a critical mass
Yeah.
before it gets preserved in those layers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The larger stuff you can find with the plants.
Yeah.
Little stuff, not so much.
Yeah. And Shark Geek says, I saw some eagle rays and southern stingrays yesterday with the drone. Heck yes. Very cool. Down there in Florida. Nice. Yeah, Shark Geek lives in a really, really cool part of the country with all kinds of cool critters, including leatherback turtles. And when I was down there in Florida, part of me is like, you know what? Wouldn't be so bad living here. In fact, I don't know, if I had the kind of money where I could own a home or multiple homes, yeah, I'd think about it. And Claire says, the humidity, though? I could get used to the humidity. I can get used to a lot of things. It's not that bad. Yeah. And this area is pretty nice when extreme storm... Well, that's the thing, Snow Denchi, is like... I don't know, you got to enjoy it while it's there before Florida disappears. Or maybe move there and fight climate change and try and make a difference. I don't know. This is me being like way overly optimistic. I get the sense Fisher thinks I'm kind of optimistic to a fault about certain things.
Sometimes, I mean,
which is probably fair.
I'm pessimistic to a fault about many things. So, you gotta balance
Strike
it
a good
out.
balance, yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, and Mothproof KT, it's pretty humid in Florida is what we were talking about. Certainly not here. It did rain a little bit yesterday, so humidity is probably twice as high here as it normally is, but it's still probably single digits.
Forgot my barometer.
Yeah. Oh shoot, Shark Geek says, unfortunately my reason for being here is under attack. Fishing lobbyists are trying to ban shark ecotourism diving, and it looks like it might just pass. What?
That sucks.
Wow.
That's infuriating. Well, I don't know. If you want to share anything in the chat, Shark Geek, like if there's a petition people can sign or somewhere they can find more information, don't hesitate to throw some links in. That's lousy.
Anything to earn a cheap buck.
I guess. Like, yeah, let's remove the primary reason for conserving these creatures and, just continue to
What if we did
ravage these
What
ecosystems.
if we earned money in a way that's not sustainable? In a way that is?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Let's earn money for a little bit and then stop and then not know what to do instead of earning money perpetually.
Uh-oh. We've got the cavalry has arrived.
Oh, yeah, I think they're here to pick up matrix bags.
Well. My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't asked them if they want to be on stream yet, so I probably shouldn't. Oh, and we're getting a raid from Schneider85. Well, welcome to Paleontologizing, Raiders. It's good to have you here. We're working here at Turtle Hill, collecting fossils for the Cincinnati Museum Center, of which Cameron is the collections manager. Yeah.
Good job.
And, yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of other crew members showing up.
The team.
Yeah. Oh, man. Cool. Yeah, they're just walking over the hill from the Ceratopsian site. Yeah. But welcome, Raiders. Hope you're all having a good day. Yeah. So here, hang on just a minute. Let me put this on the starting soon screen for just a second, and I'll make sure that everybody's okay being on stream before I put them on camera. So hang on just a minute. We'll be right back. Okay?
I got a fish bird in situ.
What?
I got a fish bird I'm about to pop out.
Let's see. There we go.
Oh.
Melvius?
Yep.
How's your day going, Quinn?
It's going pretty good.
Nice.
It's going pretty dang good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cutting through the rock pretty,
Yeah, got on the
quick.
rock saw today. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Single digits.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Darn. So the quarry floor is almost clear?
Yeah, almost.
Heck yeah.
Of course.
All right.
We were gonna hit it today, but we got called off. So
Fish bird right there.
Just brand new day tomorrow.
All right. Well, what do you, just to do this, or you're done there for the day?
They want us at the puzzle.
Oh, you moving the jackets?
Jacket's coming off.
All right. Nice. That's exciting. Be good to have that back in camp. Safe and sound.
It'll be a big celebration once that's
Yeah.
done safely.
Uh-huh.
Got a big hill to go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're streaming right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, you're at the top of the hill when I announced.
Chat, W's in the chat for Ceratopsians.
W's in the chat. Yeah, let me just pick this up and walk it around. There we go. There we are. So, yeah, so we've got the Ceratopsian site. Guys and gals, come over to help us move some of these matrix bags that are, you would swear they're full of rocks with how heavy they are, you know? So, Fisher's got those down there.
I have to carry these, Danny.
This is serious business.
Not funny.
Yeah.
It's just everything we're looking through.
Yeah.
Stuff we put in the bags for microfossils. So can we?
So yeah. Whoop, there we go. But yeah, shoot, for anybody just joining us, welcome to Paleontologizing. Fisher and Cameron and I are working at the Turtle Hill site today. And normally it's much less crowded than this. We had the Ceratopsian site. Boys and girls come join us, and they're going to be carrying these heavy sacks full of fossil matrix down the hill for us that we've been accumulating. But we're working here on your public lands, federal lands, Bureau of Land Management lands that we are proud to be stewards of out here. All the fossils that we're collecting at this site and all the sites that we're working are going to public museums. This particular site, all the fossils are going to the Cincinnati Museum Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Have we got any Ohioans in the chat? Let me know. But, yeah. Anyway, the chat's all filled up with commands. Let's see. And do we get another raid? Ghost Aria, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Paleontologizing. Welcome to a live fossil dig. A group of paleontologists and students and volunteers are all collecting specimens out here, gathering data, trying to advance the science. And that's partly through your support, so thank you for that. Yeah.
Alright, we're off. Bye, chat.
And Darius Majewski, that's exactly what's happening here. So these bags of matrix are going to be picked through by interns and scientists at the museum, and I think at McAllister College too. Is that right, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much of this are you going to be looking through?
Not me.
Not you?
Ava.
Yeah. Nice. So she'll be, she and her compatriots will be looking through this with dissection microscopes. Basically, we just bag up a bunch of different rock in here, lots of matrix from the quarry. It's stuff that we know has fossils in it, but out here we don't necessarily have the tools to examine it in great enough detail. So they'll be bringing that back to civilization and picking through it under a microscope, hopefully finding all kinds of beautiful little bits of Cretaceous critters, fishes and stingrays and amphibians, maybe mammals and little dinosaur teeth. All kinds of critters that lived here in this ancient wetland 70 plus million years ago. So we're kind of getting a nice sample platter of all the different critters that inhabited this environment. Just little taste, little bits and pieces of these animals. No complete skeletons at this quarry, just, little tastes. So good stuff. Yeah. Pogo Wogo wants to know, could it be possible that North American Therizinosaurids survived the Maastrichtian? It would be surprising, but I can imagine a scenario in which that's the case. Therizinosaurs become kind of increasingly herbivorous over the course of their evolution, and
You guys just have lunch over here.
the thing is, we don't have any Therizinosaur teeth for the Maastrichtian anywhere in North America. But maybe, like the ornithomimids or the oviraptorosaurs, they became toothless.
For you, we could make some.
No, I meant like I was.
So I say there's not high likelihood that we get Therizinosaurs here or anywhere in North America in the Maastrichtian, but
We work until the vulture.
maybe if they became toothless, then they could evade our detection. Because that's a good point, actually. Like, when we're determining the presence of a particular group in a given area like this, so like, do we have tyrannosaurs in this formation? The first thing that you will find is their teeth. That's true for almost any group of organisms that have teeth. You find their teeth before you find a skeleton, And so far as I know, nobody's found any Therizinosaur teeth in North America after like the Cenomanian or something? Maybe the Albion. But, yeah. Anyway, just like that, it's quiet again. Except for my loudmouth. Yeah. There you go, the guys, yeah. Nice of them to help us out, Yeah. Oh, and Zoe Zobi says, hi, Cam and Micah from Zoe in Cincinnati. Does Micah spell his name without an H? Is it Micah like the mineral?
Yep.
Heck yes, I didn't know that. That's really cool. Hello, Zoe. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah. we're taking good care of Cameron out here, and Micah too. They're alive and well. Here's proof of life. So yeah. And Dr.
This while you're over here?
Oh yeah, nice Melvin vert. This is
Melvin.
Melvius. Do we know what species of Melvius that we expect this to be?
Inconclusive.
Ooh.
Because the distinction between the two species is pretty bad. So,
Interesting.
It's mostly like
It needs more
geograph-
material, man.
It's like kind of geographical, and then
Uh-huh.
also size. The other character has to do with like texturing on some of the cranial elements, but it's inconsistent. So
Gotcha.
it can be either or depending on individuals.
And we might even be. Is there a chance we might be revising that with this new critter?
Potentially. Actually,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. That's a big old vertebra from the largest fish in this environment. Largest ray fin fish, because technically tetrapods are sarcopterygian fish. But yeah. Here, let me get the diagram and show everybody. If you're not tired of this already, there's going to be some new people in the chat that this will be helpful for. Everybody else, bear with me. But we'll grab a visual aid, and I'll show you kind of a who's who of the critters in this environment here at Turtle Hill. Nice little illustration here. There we are. So, here we go. This environment that we're digging in here represents kind of an ancient lake or swamp, wetland, whatever you want to call it. Freshwater environment. We get tons of plant material through here. It's mostly angiosperms that are preserved, flowering plants. And then in terms of the fauna, it is dominated by fishes. So Melvius, this critter, is similar to the Cyclurus that you see here. So this is a bowfin fish. Has anybody seen a bowfin in an aquarium or in maybe out on a lake or a river? Maybe we've seen them in a fishing shop or in a Cabela's or something. Bowfin are such cool fishes. The one that we've got here is called Melvius, and that sucker was big. We're talking like maybe up to 3 meters long, so like maybe pushing 9 or 10 feet. Probably one of the top predators in this aquatic environment, along with the crocs and some of the freshwater sharks. Although we haven't had a lot of shark material here. But anyway. Also we got turtles. Here's a soft-shelled turtle there. A trionychid. We get these and some other kinds of turtles in this environment. We get bits of reptiles and amphibians. We get teeth from dinosaurs, like this hadrosaur and this troodontid. And then we get teeth from rays, like a stingray right here. And of course the wind picks up as soon as I'm trying to show off the diagram. Blowing it around. And we get a number of other fishes here too. So a really nice, like I said, like a sample platter of these different critters in this environment. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, to the 305 plus people who are watching right now, if you've got any questions, do not hesitate to ask. That's the beauty of a live broadcast like this here on Twitch. It's interactive. So don't hesitate to interact. And, well, shoot, if you want to interact by dropping a Prime sub or a gift sub or subscribing to the channel, that would really help me out too. But I'm not going to push that too hard because, I don't know, I've got some degree of dignity. But yeah. Anywho. Oh, and the Idaho people have shown up in camp too. They're our second batch. Nice. Oh, and thank you, Shark Geek, for texting me. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and from a Leviathan tank. If the present is the key to the past, what is the key to the future? The past is. And in many ways, the past is the key to the present. You know, they all intersect, but the future hasn't happened yet, so it can't really be a key to anything except the future after that, I guess. Someday the future will be the present, and then that'll become the past. It's funny how time works. But yeah. And Nobarm says, did the group already make a plan to transport the dinosaur? Yeah, so that ceratopsian skull jacket that I showed you yesterday at the puzzle site, those boys and gals are going to go out there and move that critter this afternoon. I didn't know that was happening today, but cool. I can't wait to hear about that when I get back to camp. But yeah, and here, let me get some chapstick here, some lip balm. Oh, that's down there, isn't it? Put that on. It's very dry out here, much drier than I'm used to. My normal Californian existence. There we go. Check on that angle there. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah. That'll work. Nice. Oh, there we go. Nice. Excellent. Excuse me. And Akira Eclipse says, how do you find sites to dig on or know where there's fossils there? Well, you look for where the fossils are, you know? Fisher, you want to answer that? Or Cameron, I'll put you on the spot. How do we find a site like this?
Knowledge of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
With respect to like age and environment. Then we start with geologic maps, and we find the rocks that preserve such environments that are the focus. So in this case, we have our swampy Oxbow Lake environment, and so we look on a geologic map where those rocks might be exposed. Sometimes they're exposed to the surface, sometimes they're not, so it takes something we call prospecting. Little exploratory hiking around to see where we can find fossils exposed in the rocks that are falling out of the hillside. And then we prioritize those based on our finds and start digging.
Well said, yeah. I've answered that question like 100 times so far in the last 6 days. So thank you for giving me a little bit of a break. But
of course.
Well done, yeah.
That's what I do. It's
Yeah.
a little different here than in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati, we cut through the hillsides with our roads, so we just drive down and then you can stop at each one.
Nice, okay, yeah. Yeah. Little
Makes fossil
roadside
collecting
scavenger
nice.
hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We often don't even need tools. You can surface collect and do pretty...
Just pick things out with your fingers?
Yeah, if you want stuff in situ, you obviously need like a hammer and
Yeah.
chisel, but if you're just looking for some brachiopods, you can almost close your eyes and get them.
Nice, yeah, yeah. I can't wait to get out there to... Hopefully I'll have a chance to go to Cincinnati this fall, maybe on my way to Cleveland.
We'll have to
SVP.
plan a field trip or something.
That would be really cool. I'm sure that your museum is planning some sort of field trip. You guys in probably Cleveland are doing that, right?
For what?
Some pre-SVP field trips?
Not this year because of complications with the plan.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was dropped, but I do run field trips for fossil collecting.
Nice, okay.
And stuff.
Very cool.
I can see myself doing a Devonian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to plan something when you come down.
That'd be awesome. I'd love that. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Dr. Terrace says, what made Melvius so dominant in size compared to other bowfin in history? Was their competition smaller back then? The habitat? What was the special ingredient that made them so big? Oh.
It's a hard question to answer.
Yeah, given that we don't even necessarily know how to define this animal so far, that's kind of like a first order question, and then these are second, third, fourth order. Yeah, we have to figure out what this critter is and what it looks like, and its ecology and all of that before we can answer questions like this one. I like where your head's at. These are great questions, but we're not there yet. It's we're still kind of at beginning stages here. We could even have a new species of Melvius here. We don't know, but Fisher is leading the charge in studying this critter. And you presented on this at SVP a couple years ago, right?
I did on 2024.
Nice.
Myself and a bunch of other authors, including I think both of you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right, huh? Yeah, and add that to my CV. Yeah.
There were at least 10 authors on that poster. So
Yeah.
keep them all.
That's
We definitely
good
have
stuff.
new material that's never been documented for Melvius before.
So like, what do we have that's
Yeah.
new? Which
We
parts?
have the preoperculum.
Ooh. Everybody's favorite bone.
And we have the clithrum now. We thought we had the clithrum. We didn't. We had a turtle instead.
Oh, that clithrum turned into a turtle, the V-shaped thing?
Yeah, it did.
Is that an entoplastron?
It is.
Notorious. You know about Dakota Raptor, right?
Yeah.
The giant dromaeosaur. What's that?
I've heard the story.
You've heard this? Okay, I won't repeat it.
I mean, I don't know. Has Cameron heard it?
Cameron, do you know the Dakota Raptor story?
No.
So there is this purported giant dromaeosaur from the Hell Creek, and then some of the key components in the description, some of those key elements were furculae, the wishbones,
Yeah.
and the paper came out, and there was a lot of kind of odd stuff about that paper, but almost immediately a rebuttal was published saying, oh yeah, the furcula or furculae, multiple of them from this site, those are parts of a turtle.
Wow.
So someone's like, oh yeah, that's a wishbone. Nope, it's a turtle entoplastron.
Oh my
so like
gosh.
the V-shaped bone
That's
at the...
what it was based on?
This is like a key part of the description. So a lot of folks are not convinced that Dakota Raptor actually is a giant dromaeosaur. It might be an amalgam of different bits and pieces of other critters. Tyrannosaur, Oviraptorosaur, some dromaeosaur pieces, maybe some ornithomimid. I don't know all the details about this. This is, not my realm of expertise, but...
Lana was telling me that
We
furculae...
have the real clithrum now.
yeah, heck yes.
Furculae, I guess in Torvosaurus at least was... What you're saying is it rib now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the positioning of it is wrong.
You can kind of see how it took us forever to figure out that dinosaurs had wishbones, except for birds. Just because, like, it's such a small, little, spindly V-shaped bone.
Yeah.
It might get lost during excavation. It might be mistaken for a caudal chevron or something, or a gastralia, or...
Yeah, they look to Australia.
Yeah. So, anyway. Yeah. And Dr. Terra says, isn't Dakota Raptor locked away from this? I don't know the exact details about that right now, but I've heard that other people have tried to look at it and have not been successful. So, I don't know. I should have gone and tried to look at it when I was in Florida, but I kind of forgot about that. Next time. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, there you go, Charlie Strike. Does it say that in the paper? Oh, but no, it doesn't. Never mind. You're paraphrasing. Yeah. And there you go, Puggo Wuggo. Yeah. I myself am pretty doubtful that there is a giant dromaeosaur in the Hell Creek Formation, because we haven't found teeth of a giant dromaeosaur. Like we were talking about earlier, if you're trying to figure out that a certain critter was in an environment,
That is fun.
like you'll find teeth of it in its formation, and people have been looking through the Hell Creek for well over a century, and you could maybe argue that, well, there probably are giant dromaeosaurs there, and their teeth just get mistaken for small tyrannosaur teeth or something. But I don't know if I really buy that, Yeah. And Akira Eclipse, what's the most surprising fossil find you've had that turned out to be something else? This was yesterday on stream. Maybe you weren't there
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
It's pretty significant,
Yesterday's?
That's going to be my answer to that question for a long time.
Yeah. The purple puzzle site, which we for years thought was a hadrosaur, a duck-billed dinosaur. It turns out, as of 2 days ago, it's a horned dinosaur, a ceratopsian. You should check out the VOD from yesterday for more about this, but it was pretty shocking. And it was a good kind of surprise in that, no disrespect to hadrosaurs, but we were really excited that it actually turned out to be a ceratopsian. So yeah. Yeah.
Danny, would it have been as significant if it was a hadrosaur skull?
No. Because we have one from Skull Ridge.
I suppose.
But
theoretically, if
it could be a different one.
If we didn't have one from Skull Ridge, would it have been of equivalent?
I feel
value?
like that's a good question, but I feel like a ceratopsian would still be. I feel like there's more ceratopsian workers than there are hadrosaur workers.
Sure.
Maybe. And I feel like ceratopsians are better taxa for biostratigraphy than hadrosaurs are. So I do feel like it would be more significant.
Because evolution of their...
Yeah, they changed their skull shape so quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like hadrosaurs, maybe they do that too, but it's just not as well studied yet.
It's like graptolites in the Cincinnati.
Yeah. Are they super diagnostic?
Well, no, well, in the Ordovician, they're they're super biostratigraphic and change their shapes pretty drastically.
That's really cool. So what we're talking about, chat, to bring it home, is biostratigraphy is looking at the rock layers here. Like you see these layers right here in the back wall? Those represent time. This is sediment being laid down, and you get different environments, like this is a swamp, and then later on it's a river, and then it's a floodplain, and then it's a paleosol. Oh, who was this? Did you glue that?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
It's just like some random thing. I'm
Gotcha.
not too concerned with it.
Sorry, getting distracted. But that's called stratigraphy, the rock layers like that. And biostratigraphy is when we look at the critters that are preserved in these rocks, the plants and animals and other organisms. And if you get really good at this, if you study these really carefully, you can kind of tell where you are in time.
Oh, nice.
When you are in time, based on what critters you find in there. So they can be like a marker, like, oh, we have this species of ammonite, which means that these rocks must be exactly 118 million years old, because that's the only time that this ammonite was alive on Earth. Stuff like that. That's biostratigraphy. And so we've gotten to the point where we can kind of use dinosaurs as biostratigraphic markers in a few cases. If we understand them well enough and when they are from in time, if we have a good sense for that, then you find a dinosaur in a particular place and that tells you what age the rocks are. Dinosaurs, it's kind of crazy that we can do that for dinosaurs, because usually that's the realm of smaller critters that are much more common.
Yeah. Right, there's some brachiopods in the Cincinnati, and that we can. One that I used in my thesis was just found in a single layer. So it was in the middle of my thesis section. So I just look for this layer on road cuts. I know exactly where I am.
That's really cool. Yeah, so you can go anywhere in the state, and if you find that, you know those rocks are of that exact age.
Yep.
That's really cool. Yeah. That's biostratigraphy. Thank you, Claire, for posting the Wikipedia link in the chat. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. But that kind of biostrat work is only possible when something is pretty well understood. And we're not at that point with these rocks yet, so we're kind of laying the groundwork for that, so to speak. Doing the basic, boots on the ground field work. Pioneering stuff, trying to figure this out. And it can be kind of tedious, but,
Important steps.
It's important, yeah. At least I think it's important. We were having a whole discussion about this earlier. Is it self-aggrandizing to say that this work is really important? Are we kidding ourselves? Does anybody really care? But, I don't know. You could argue one way or another, but I argue that, it is really important. And I kind of have to think that in the line of work that I'm in, doing paleontology and science outreach. Of course I'll have that attitude. But, yeah. And I'm sure you agree in the chat. Thank you, Claire. Yeah. Yeah. What do you got there, Fisher?
It looks like a little three-dimensional fish jaw.
Oh, nice.
Which is cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If Fisher says it's cool, then it's really stupid
I feel like
cool.
we very rarely have three-dimensional stuff here.
Yeah.
It's usually flattened and crushed.
Do you think it's what's the little button tooth fish?
It's not Coreops.
Not
It's
Coreops.
got teeth in it. It's little sharp teeth.
Yeah.
Huh. That's exciting.
Here.
invite you to come take a look at it.
Yeah. Try not to put my hand on the other fossil. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice.
We need more into a gander with the hand lens.
Yeah. Do you have a hand lens?
I do.
Of course you do. Shoot, why am I asking that? But let me show you, chat.
Got a hand lens.
I did get a hand lens after many admonishments from Papa Jim. There we go, right there. I'll use this.
I got one fish.
How you doing?
I got one.
Oh, here, that's a good one for the camera because it's big.
I have a comically large hand lens that looks like this, but it's like this big.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's great.
For examining the Hope Diamond.
Yeah. I use it for like education at tables.
That's really cool.
Like, look at this fossil.
Yeah.
Teaching a little kid to use a hand lens is a challenge.
That's definitely the case. There you go, chat. That brown thing there is a fossil fish jaw. Who knows from what kind of fish? At this point, it could also be an amphibian jaw or a lizard jaw or something, maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Fish?
I'm inclined to say fish just because that's what we get here.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about any of these groups to say fish. I guess if we noticed like acrodont fish.
Yeah. But yeah, fish is a safe bet.
I don't want to make any claims, given that
You're on camera.
It's still in the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, have a former PhD advisor be like, well, actually, fish are, I don't know about that. You really deserve to be in this program.
I saw you streaming that one.
As an avid Twitch watcher.
Your identification was way off.
Mayor of Space says core date is a safe bet. This is true. This is true. Somebody gift Mayor of Space a gift sub so I don't have to. I would do it, but I don't want to have to open up the Twitch app. Here, I'm going to try and do it. Let's see if somebody beats me to it. How do I do this on mobile? Gosh darn. Thank you, Golganek. I appreciate that. Golganek, quick on the draw. Just pow. Nice. I appreciate that, Golganek. There we go. Beat us all to it, says Techbird. Well, if anybody's feeling generous, there's lots of other people who could use a gift sub in the chat.
Nice.
Out of water here. Here. Time to swap out the water bottle. Did I show you this?
What is Danny's favorite turtle?
Flatback.
It's the one everybody forgets. That or one of the Ridleys. Flatback. But that reminds me of a story that my friend told me about his dad. Yeah, my friend has his dad was like, he had an old dad. He had all of these great stories about growing up in like the 30s or 40s. And at one point, I think it was like after he fought in the Korean War or something, he was a house painter, and he had this friend who he would always wear the same t-shirt every day. And it had like the Tasmanian Devil, the cartoon character, in some sort of distinctive pose on the shirt. And then they were painting houses one day, and they got some paint on his shirt, and he's like, oh man. And then he takes off his shirt, and he has the same exact image tattooed on his chest underneath. It's like, what?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
I don't know what kind of image it would have to be to get me to have it tattooed on my chest.
Yeah, and then you just have to show it off even when
Yeah, but I guess if I do, I'll get a T-shirt that has the exact same.
Oh, and yeah, Fisher, Alexander Morrison, our local Pseudotsuchian enthusiast, would like to know what the status is of that croc brain case from last year.
Prepped.
It's prepped?
Well, it's not fully prepped. It's prepped out of Matrix. It's still got some stuff here and there. It could use some time in an aerobrator, but it looks great. Half of it is dorsiventally compressed. At least half of it, probably more. But it looks good. It's about, I'd say, 55% of the skull.
Nice.
So
that's really good. Yeah,
it's really awesome.
But
until a couple days ago, I think Ethan would consider it kind of his crown jewel.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's been usurped at this point.
Ceratopsian. It's dethroned everybody. Yeah. And let's see. And Drunky Kong. Hey, welcome back to Paleontologizing.
Another good username.
Shoot. Sorry, chat. Here.
That was probably exciting.
Yeah. Thrill a minute out here.
Good thing there's no fossils here. A little more true than
I'm sorry, we have several people in the chat who now have a concussion. Apologies. But now you know how we feel. Yeah.
Ontogeny.
Somebody had a question about reason there is a break in about an hour's time. I don't know what you mean there.
We get a break?
Yeah, I don't think we get. Yeah, I don't know. Fisher
Fisher's
works us pretty hard out here. No union breaks. We can't say the word union, or he'll sick the hounds on us.
You can't even say break.
No, can't even say hounds. Just have to say those nice mammals.
You guys are on thin ice.
And Wolvulus says, warm greetings from Tunisia. Howdy, Wolvulus. Greetings from Wyoming. Which I think in many ways is...
Tunisia of North America.
like Eric Adams, the former mayor of New York. What did he say? It was like, New York is the Istanbul of America.
He said that?
Yeah. New York is the Tokyo of America. New York is like whatever audience he's talking to. It's like, but yeah, I don't know. In some ways, I think Tunisia is probably a lot better developed than Wyoming is. Yeah, this is an interesting state. I love it, but I don't know if I'd want to live here. But man, have they got incredible fossils, and they should be incredibly proud of that.
I feel like staying here a month or so of summer.
I mean, yeah, I do kind of live here for about a month out of the year most years. Oh, this year it's only 2 weeks. Yeah. And yeah, Kyra Ashton, exactly. This used to be sea level here. Now we're about 6,000 feet elevation, give or take. But 70 million years ago, this was at sea level, essentially. Right close to, well, relatively close to that inland sea that covered the interior of the continent. So like Kansas, Nebraska, Texas, Oklahoma, the Dakotas, all underwater at this time. So cool to think about. Yeah. Oh, and Illyspid. No, we'll continue to work after I end the stream. I just try and keep it to about 3 hours here because, frankly, I don't get as much work done while I'm streaming. And also, I think our solar battery might well run out if it continues to be cloudy like this.
We get a midnight break.
Yeah. We get a crumb of bread and a thimble of water. Yeah. Anyhow. You can take a break when you go to bed. Exactly. And we can sleep when we're dead, Claire.
Positioning of this ledge is making comfort impossible.
Oh yeah, that's not a... Gotta contort yourself like that. Could I interest you in some Flintstones chewable morphine? To ease your discomfort?
Did they make this? Grandma didn't give me those. I do love the vitamins though.
Yeah. Drunky Kong says, what happened to your arm? I got this thing stuck to it. I don't know. Yeah. No, I kind of half fell down an outcrop the other day. It looks a lot worse than it is. It's just like a minor abrasion. But these are the things that happen out here. And you should see the other guy, you know? He doesn't have an arm anymore. There's nothing in here. Woe betide the poor intern who has to sift through all this crud and send it back in bags. But at least they'll be in air conditioning, and they've probably got popsicles in the freezer, or whatever Gen Z eats nowadays.
Okay.
Eat some Roblox. Tide Pods, thank you. Magic Mikeys. So the Zoomers are eating. Are they still in Tide Pods? I don't know, Jacob. Yeah.
It's an old meme at this point.
Is it?
I was in high school when that was a thing.
Tide Pods is boomer stuff. That's boomer chow. Geek Store. I did get an injury from a dinosaur once. A dead dinosaur. But that's a story for another time. I lost a fingernail to a Leptoceratops one time.
I got bit by a goose.
You got bit by a goose? Nice.
Almost nice.
I'm glad you survived. Okay, where did the brown thing go that was here that you glued, Fisher? I don't want to lose track of it.
I don't know. I'm not concerned about it.
Okay. I did put a couple of things on the top of here.
I probably would just put it in the matrix bag anyway. So.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's fine. It's rather insignificant.
Yeah.
I think.
Rather insignificant.
I mean, I guess it's probably also the most significant fossil
From the last 10 minutes.
that we've found here ever. I'm misidentifying it, but someone else can figure that out.
It's from a ancestor of all primates.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we want to get rid of that, so.
Fisher, why don't you like primates?
I think I'm just like a hater. I think they're a little just too popular for their own good.
Oh, that's fair.
The
So it's nothing
human's fault.
personal, it's just
The
they're
human's
overhyped.
fault.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's one of the same reasons why I'm not like huge on dinosaurs, and especially not like a lot of theropods.
Yeah.
It's because people just go a little too crazy for them for my liking.
That just turns you off from
kind
them.
of a hipster in that regard, I guess. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. I take issue with like, you know, people like going through 900 antelope skeletons and not caring, and then when they find the one monkey tooth, they're like, yes, finally. It's like, but you have 900 antelope. And it's like definitely hyperbole, but
I can see that though. Like you got a point, for sure. Yeah.
it's like Don would tell stories about when he would work in Egypt in the Fayum.
Uh-huh.
Like whoever found the primate skull was like the winner of the day and got like ice cream or something. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, well, why aren't the Hyrax skulls worth ice cream?
Yeah.
Or Arsenotherium or whatever.
Arsenotherium is really cool. Yeah, I don't know. We are pretty self-centered sometimes as primates. I can see that.
I don't know. I mean, it also just might be that like I'm just partial to other organisms. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like ungulates and I like proboscideans and I like carnivorans and stuff more than primates. So I like
Oop. No, go away. Stop. Why is... Oh, the chat is on the side of the screen. Okay, good. Like, where is the chat? But it's there. What do you think is the most criminally underrated group of Cenozoic mammals?
I have no idea. There's too many. There's too many groups.
Say within
Within like
Laurasiatheria. Within Scrotifera.
okay, well, that narrows it down pretty.
And who is that? That's like perissodactyls and carnivorans?
I believe it's everything. All ungulates and carnivorans and pangolins. If I
Okay.
remember correctly. I might be off by a little bit. It's been a while.
So perissodactyls,
I think you're right. I
artiodactyls,
think you're right.
carnivorans?
And then fully dead
Good.
Buddha, which is
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
most underrated. Let's see. Maybe like red pandas or something. I don't know. One of
Oh.
these like really small monotypic.
Are they like
groups.
Ailuropodans?
Yeah, Ailuropodidae.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a really cool one from the Gray fossil site in Tennessee.
Oh,
Pristine Ailuris.
That's so cool, like a red panda relative from right here in the States. That's from what, like the... Don't tell me. Miocene?
Oh, you're close.
Pliocene?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Miocene's probably a little too old for that group. Cool. Yeah. We've got some red panda fans in the chat. And, oh, Science Streams. How are you doing, Valent? I hope you're having an excellent day. Fellow science streamer on here. It's good to see you, Valent. I hope you and Lita and the kiddos and the cats and everybody else are doing well. Science Streams is a molecular and systems biologist who works on insects and other critters, works on genes and like genetics, not like denim. And well, that would be cool too. But yeah, he's streaming here on Twitch full time, which is awesome. And let's see, what's the biggest fossil you found here, or most intact? At Turtle Hill, at this particular locality? Probably the croc, right?
Maybe. We found some pretty big turtle shells. So I think like Denisotomies might be bigger than
Oh,
the croc
nice,
skull.
yeah.
And then there was a dinosaur rib in the same jacket as the croc skull I saw.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Which is relatively large as well.
Mhm.
But nobody cares about that. So.
What do you mean?
Gotta
have them ribs,
The other
you
stuff
know?
that's in that jacket, I think that's a
Yeah.
relatively
No, fair,
little interest.
That is kind of a running joke, is that nobody cares about ribs.
I don't think they're particularly useful for histology, but I might be wrong.
Well, I mean, people repeatedly try to use ribs for histo, and I think they've had limited success. That'd be awesome if you could just, like, anytime you find a rib, you can cut it,
Oh yeah.
and, like, tell how old the animal was when it died.
I would advertise my Diplodocus ribs.
Yeah.
Come get your ribs. Sell them by the rack.
Yeah. And Magic Mikey says, ever found any gold? No. This is the wrong place for that.
Not if the boss asks.
Right.
We got coal,
Yeah, we do have
black
coal.
gold. Or-
There is the gold mine bison,
What?
which was found up in, like, I think, like the Yukon or something.
Cool.
It's like a bison that was found in permafrost at a coal mine, or a gold mine.
Interesting.
I didn't know about that.
A golden bison, Chad. Did you hear that from Fisher? Wow.
And then God
Solid gold bison.
and
What?
God struck it down. Or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, what is it? Moses ground it up and made them all drink it or something? Forget how that story goes.
I think it has like a lion bite mark in its nose, which is pretty cool.
The bison?
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah.
And then of course there's like pyrite sickness, which is
Oh
another
yeah.
gold
disease.
like gold adjacent.
Pyrite
thing.
sickness.
I don't know.
That was very charming turn of phrase.
Okay.
It's usually called pyrite disease, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you explain that, Cameron? Before we'll dehydrate you. We're
I'm
gonna
not
let
a
you drink.
chemist.
Yeah. But like as a collections manager, when you hear the
Yeah.
words pyrite disease, why does that strike terror into your
Basically,
heart?
there's a chemical reaction with pyrite that doesn't always happen, but when it does, it produces sulfuric acid, among other things. And the change in chemistry results in a physical change as well. And basically, these little soft framboidal like balls start. The pyrite transforms into these, and they eventually crumble into dust. Like
So if you get
sulfur
this,
dust, yeah.
what does that mean for fossils?
So you
For
start
those
off
that
with like a nice, solid pyritized ammonite or
Uh-huh.
something, and then over time, over a series of years or decades, it ends up being a pile of white, gray, and yellow dust.
Ugh.
And it can happen. It's unpredictable. Like I've had the same specimens in the same box.
Uh-huh.
One crumbles, one is still perfect.
Mm.
We have seemingly perfect ammonite from Germany, I believe, that's over a foot in diameter, polished to fool's gold shine, and it's starting to get these little framboids in it.
Ugh.
You can see like little white spheres of dust inside it.
Is there a way to treat that, or
You have to physically remove it and then
boy.
epoxy it and prevent all oxygen from getting in. But the trouble is, if you miss even like an atom or a molecule, it can be all for naught.
Yowza. So you have to just completely coat the thing with epoxy.
Yeah. And we just accessioned a few years ago, we accessioned the University of Minnesota's complete fossil collection,
Oh wow.
and it had been neglected since like the 1960s.
Oh boy.
And we are re-cataloging these things in our own collection, and I'll come across these ammonites and it's just a box of dust with a nice handwritten label from the 1890s or something.
Shoot. Oh man. Well, we're gonna have people in the chat wondering, like, this sounds really cool, but like, what's your job? What do you do? Can you explain what a collections manager is?
Yeah, well, a museum like ours, the Cincinnati Museum Center, has a lot of fossils, and we exist for education and outreach and research. And to make that easy for everyone, they need somebody to take care of the fossils and keep them organized and facilitate visitations and loans and things like that for outgoing and incoming research.
So, like, if I wanted to come to the museum and study a dinosaur specimen, I would talk to you about that.
Exactly. I like to kind of describe my job as like a librarian for fossils.
Nice.
Because in many ways, like the fossils contain the scientific data that is the real value of the museum and the things we're doing. Not that the fossils themselves aren't cool, beautiful, but it's what we do with them that really gives us insights on life history.
Right. So what kind of requests will you get from researchers who are either visiting or maybe just like emailing from other parts of the world?
Oh, well, we just got a loan back from a very interesting one. I think it was in Nevada, an art institute in Nevada, an art museum.
I saw this exhibit. The ichthyosaur one?
Yeah, requested our Mixosaur.
Uh-huh.
And it was a holotype, which, depending on who you talk to, like some people won't loan you holotypes because it's the one.
So the holotype is the original name-bearing specimen. That's the one that, like, it's the original specimen that was first scientifically described. Mm. Yeah.
So they normally we make you come to us.
Yeah,
but, Glenn Storrs was very excited about this request, and so we got some pelican cases and made custom things, and they got personally carried on a plane by our registrar.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it was great.
It was an incredible exhibit, by the way.
I'm glad you saw it.
I got to see
I didn't get to see it
back in September.
Cool.
It was so cool.
And the Mixosaurus is really cool.
Yeah.
It's it has ammonites preserved all in it, and one is behind its sclera and its eye.
Yeah, that was nuts. I think I have pictures of that.
We call her Mixie.
Yeah. And that's the holotype for that species of Mixosaurus?
Yes, and Glenn found it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I had no idea that was from you guys. That's so cool.
I didn't know Glenn found it, and I guess that's why he was so excited to have it in the art museum.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, wild.
So that's a particularly interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it ranges anything from bulk material, like you saw the guys carrying off at Turtle Hill. We have stuff like that I shipped those very same samples to off to be processed.
Nice.
I'll get requests for dinosaur bones, a lot of microfossils, which are fun. And a lot of the researchers come to us if it's possible in their schedules.
That's really cool.
It's fun. It's a little different every time, honestly.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of one of the more important jobs in a museum as the collections manager, and the sort of person you want to be on really good terms with as a researcher. So, like,
I'm a nice one.
Yeah. I've spoken with some collections managers who are like, "No, you can't come see this," or like, "What are you talking about?" And I don't know. They can make your life very difficult if you don't keep them happy.
Nice.
So, yeah. Oh, we're getting a big old raid from Draw Curiosity. Dr. Inez, thank you for joining us. I hope you're having an excellent day. Welcome to Wyoming. We're out here excavating fossils at the Turtle Hill site. The rock's about 72, 73 million years old, give or take. Finding bones of fishes, some amphibians, things like stingrays, and if we're lucky, some mammal or dinosaur teeth, too.
Or turtles.
Or turtle, yeah, or turtle, obviously, at Turtle Hill. So, yeah, and lots of plants, too, so here, I'll show you this. Just peeled this up. This is not worth collecting. I'll put it in the matrix bag, so it'll be kind of in our bulk collection. What's that?
There's another one just been sitting there.
Oh, nice, yeah. Lovely, yeah, thank you. A fossil leaf right here. That's prettier than the one I found. See the veins on it right there? It's about 72 million years old. No big deal. A leaf from an angiosperm tree, some sort of flowering plant. Could be like a laurel or a dogwood or something. I don't know, I'm not a botanist. But some kind of broad-leaved tree. Same with this right here. And then you can see here, we call this like plant hash. So just like little bits of organic material, bits of plant detritus all along here. Stuff is all over the place. These beds are just littered with it. Do you want that back, Kim?
No.
Okay. So,
We got plenty of those at the museum.
Yeah.
Entire Delta cabinet at this point.
Shoot. And holy cow, Brain of Purple. Thank you for, how many gift subs is that? 10 of them. Thank you very much for your support. This is literally how I make my living. This is why I can be out here doing outreach and traveling, is because of generous supporters like you. So thank you very, very much for that. That means 10 lucky chatters won't have to watch a single ad for the next month. So good stuff. I really appreciate that. And Dr. Inez was at Huntington Gardens doing an IRL stream showing off nature. Very cool. That's awesome. Well, from modern nature to ancient nature here. Glad everybody's here, and let me know if you've got any questions. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. Doing some science outreach out here. And here's Fisher McDarmid.
Hello?
Master student at Pacific University?
University of the Pacific.
University of the Pacific.
Right in the middle of the water.
Yeah. A few miles from the coast, inland in California, in Stockton. And then further inland.
Hello, I'm Cameron Schwalbach, Cincinnati Museum Center.
Nice.
As you may have just heard, I manage the paleontology collection.
Yeah. So we've got an all-star cast today. Except for me. But yeah, and Sweet Wild Thing, it's great to meet you too. Welcome. It's good to have you here. And thank you, Urali Gayak for the Prime sub. Apologies if I mispronunciated your name, but I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Yeah. And Addicted to Capping wants to know, can you think of any places, this should be a question for the group, any places where there are two ages that are exposed at once? Cretaceous and Jurassic further down the hill, where both are showing fossils at the surface. Yeah.
Yeah,
Get that in Dolling's Bowl.
Yeah, and then I've done some work in the Denver Formation, in Colorado, and it's kind of its big shtick is that it's both Cretaceous and Paleogene. So
Right.
it has the boundary running right through it, and so at the top you can find mammals and turtles and stuff from the Paleocene, and below you can find dinosaurs and also more turtles.
Yeah.
From the Cretaceous.
The turtles just kind of keep going, you know? Only a few of them go extinct when everyone else on Earth dies, pretty much. It's, yeah.
Cincinnati, you can find Pleistocene and late Ordovician in the same place.
Massive unconformity there. Yeah, so that's not contiguous, there's a big gap in between. But that's really funny. From the age of... What do we call the Ordovician? It's not the age of fishes. It's way too early.
Biodiversification, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Invertebrates?
Goby.
The age of...
Yeah, does it have like an age?
invertebrate stuff.
Yeah.
The age of the orthocones. I don't know. Doesn't really have a popular
No,
name
it
like
really
that.
doesn't. That's like the only one that doesn't.
Yeah.
I would say biodiversification.
Yeah.
'Cause things go a little crazy.
And Akira Eclipse says, how often do you find hominid fossils when doing digs?
Never.
We were just talking about that. So at this point, we're tens of millions of years before hominids evolved. Yeah. When did the first hominids show up? Is it like 8 million years ago?
Yeah, it's like late. It's like late Miocene, middle
Yeah.
Miocene.
So we're like
They are exceptionally rare.
at least 62 million years before the first hominids evolved in these rocks. This is way older than the first hominids. But hominid fossils in general are very rare. And as Fisher was saying earlier, maybe a little overhyped.
It depends on what you're interested in.
Yeah, it always does, yeah. But I don't, none of us work on hominids, so it's easy for us to say like, hominids, but that's not a correct opinion. It's just
We don't even like hominids.
how we happen to feel. Yeah, nothing against hominids. You know, some of my best friends are hominids. But, you know, they do get a lot of attention.
But not all of them. Not all my best friends.
Yeah. And Sweet Wild Thing says regarding turtles, when you don't need to evolve as much because you're already a near perfect being. Yeah, turtles are... I happen to be a fan, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. Tech Bird says those hominids are nothing but trouble. Yeah.
Certainly can be.
Can also be capable of great kindness and compassion, cooperation and creativity. You know, we're a mixed bag, we hominids. Yeah.
I'm not interested in very many preserved hominids either. Maybe with Utsi, the Iceman.
Yeah.
He's kind of cool. But more, I like his stuff. I like that he has his stuff.
Yeah, he's got his gear with him.
Like if he didn't have that, I wouldn't really care.
Yeah, if he was just naked in there.
Yeah. Oh, another hominid.
We were talking about what, Otzi the Iceman?
Otzi?
Otzi?
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. I always want to call him Frostilicus. Like after that Simpsons episode. I've awakened into the future. Moon pie. Avocado Abogado says, I had an interesting realization earlier today. When people are asked what their favorite animal is, nobody ever says humans.
It's gonna be sad.
I have heard somebody say that before. Like, what's your favorite animal? And the guy says, my wife. And she was not happy. So I've always been kind of mystified by that. Like, why people are not... They don't take kindly to being compared to animals or being called... Like, we literally are part of Kingdom Animalia. You know? That's... Why would anybody be ashamed of that? But... I don't know. I feel like people are... they don't understand or appreciate animals well enough. So yeah. And no, it wasn't Borat, Alexander Morrison. He didn't say it like that. Yeah. And Not the Bees said, I saw they are using the yeast they found from Otzi's bread to make beer. They're making prehistoric beer. Is that true? Huh.
That's a liberal collections manager right there.
Exactly. Yeah. Is he a commercial specimen? Like, what's the deal there?
That's a yeah.
And I think that was bread and not beard, right?
That sounds like destructive analysis.
Yeah.
That's another request. That's a little weird sometimes. Destructive analysis.
Yeah. So what do we mean by destructive analysis?
A lot of times when you're doing research that is chemically
That's
based,
for you, chat. Yeah.
It requires, say, you're studying an isotope that's preserved in a fossil, in our case, a gar scale.
Mm-hmm.
Then, in order to analyze these chemicals, you have to grind it up into a powder and send it through the appropriate equipment.
Gotcha.
Like a mass spectrometer or something, something of the like. But in doing so, you destroy the specimen.
Uh-huh.
And as a collections manager, I kind of have to weigh the importance of the specimen versus its scientific data.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes it's not an easy decision.
Yeah.
And we have a single dire wolf tooth from Ohio that has... It's like a grain right now.
Shoot.
It's been sampled twice. Well, the first time we thought it was a bear tooth.
Uh-huh.
And he wanted to do DNA. You're like, oh, sure, it's just a bear tooth.
Uh-huh.
And they analyzed it and took about half the tooth away, or a third of the tooth, and they were like, it's not a bear.
It's a direwolf.
Yeah. And then...
but in that case, the destructive analysis was quite constructive, because now you have an ID for that critter.
Right.
And that's a headline, like, oh no, we have a direwolf from Ohio. That's pretty cool.
It is great.
Yeah.
But I can't draw off the tooth anymore.
Yeah.
I can, but it's like...
Yeah. Did you make a cast of it first or anything?
No, we didn't. Well, because we didn't think it was so significant.
Right, yeah.
Not that a bear is not important, but...
Yeah.
Not my field of research. This is Glenn's call.
I don't know, back when I was at Museum of the Rockies, we didn't like the term destructive analysis, or, we preferred the term enhanced analysis, which is almost like a Cheney-esque kind of contrivance.
Yeah.
Enhanced interrogation. But, sometimes, the reason why we collect these fossils in the first place is not just to have a pretty thing on the shelf. We're doing science. We're trying to learn about the ancient world. We're trying to figure out, details about the history of life on Earth. And sometimes, if you want to make an omelet, you got to grind up some eggs and put them into a mass spectrometer, I guess,
Well put.
Yeah.
Which they do. People do that with dinosaur eggs.
Yeah.
We just sent off our skin, dinosaur skin.
Oh, cool.
To get it analyzed.
What taxon was that from? Which critter?
Diplodocus from Morrison Formation of Montana.
Yeah.
We have a site that we have one sample that has the skin wrapped around. I think it's a vertebrae.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's the rare definitive evidence of skin on skeleton.
Yeah. That's really cool. And I think you were saying, I asked you if that was Tess Gallagher's work.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen her all over social media, and that's really cool. She had that paper a few years ago, or maybe more recently than that, talking about the color patterning on Diplodocid dinosaurs. And, that was from these specimens, right?
Yeah. It's an
really
exciting
cool.
mottled brown.
Yeah.
Which you'd expect. Trying to camouflage.
No, shocking surprises there, but... So anyway, thank you for making that work possible, Cameron, by...
It's really exciting.
Not being too precious about the fossils. See, that's the thing. It's like we're out here. We treat these things with the utmost delicacy. We're trying to, really coddle them and protect them and be super gentle. And then sometimes you get them back to the laboratory and you're like, grind it up or something. It's almost ironic, but it's how science goes sometimes, Yeah. And Jet Pinky says, anything interesting today? No. This is super boring stuff. You should go watch another stream or something like that. Or go outside.
Go watch T-Pain. The video games.
No, we've had some good stuff. Yeah. Murgatroyd Maxi. That's a new name. It says, does carbon dating fall into destructive analysis?
It does.
How does that work? Because we don't do that out here. Like, carbon-14 has a very short half-life, so you don't use it on Mesozoic strata. Dinosaurs are way too old to carbon date. But if you've got something from, like, the last ice age or whatever, then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit different, because I think they compare... I don't do this stuff, but I think they compare carbon-12 to carbon-14.
Okay.
And it's not the same type of decay as what we might use in, like, zircons.
Oh, interesting. So carbon-14 decays into carbon-12, or am I hearing this wrong?
I
don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't want to speak.
Yeah.
But I do know the dating, it's a slightly different phenomenon.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, but the point is that these rocks are way too old for carbon dating.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it, I think, what is it, 50,000, but using it that far, carbon dating is even sketchy.
Yeah. 50,000 years. And we're dealing with rocks that are 70 plus million years old. So
Probably do zircon dating.
A little bit more, yeah.
Right. Do they do dating here?
Yeah.
Is it ash bed?
Well, we're I think we have a potential ash. I think that's one of the reasons why Kirk Johnson is coming out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'd be doing zircons and apatite crystals from that ash bed.
Nice.
Or is it detrital zircon?
Yeah, I don't know, actually. Yeah.
Well, either way, he'd be doing some long half-life isotopes.
Right, yeah, yeah. Did you hear about, this was new as of this past autumn, using dinosaur eggshell for dating?
I have heard this.
Incredibly exciting.
I only have a few in the drawer, so don't call me.
But in the past, like if we want to be able to date these rocks, we would usually have to find an ash layer. So like when a volcano erupted, it would spew ash up into the atmosphere, it would rain down, be incorporated into the strata. You'd find a layer of ash, and you could take a sample from that, find zircons in it, and then find radioactive isotopes inside those zircons. But the point is, like, you need an ash layer. So no ash, no date. But there's a team from North Carolina, right? With some collaborators from other parts of the world, I think. They figured out how to use eggshell and be able to date that. I don't know if it has zircons in it.
Those mad scientists.
Yeah.
Let's crush the eggshells.
But really exciting stuff. So now we'll be able to get direct dates, like numeric dates on a lot of different fossils that don't have an ash nearby. So it's pretty exciting. And not the bees. So why are people so obsessed with stuff we're digging up? Is way more interesting and valuable than gold, in my opinion. But I don't know if anybody's accidentally found gold while looking for fossils. Gold is typically in like metamorphosed rocks, I think. You find it like in areas of like a lot of orogeny, mountain building. Like you find it in the Sierra Nevada and other places like that.
Paleontologists usually don't care about gold.
No.
From my perspective.
Yeah. Or diamonds even. Like, I don't know. I know a number of different paleontologist couples where like the engagement ring was not a diamond. Not just because they didn't have enough money, but because like diamonds it's just compressed carbon. Like, what's the big deal? Like, who cares? So it might be like an interesting stone that's much more rare but not considered nearly as valuable or something like that, or you know, just a cool metal ring or something like that instead of a diamond. But yeah.
Some cool opalized fossils.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, yeah.
I do like remineralized fossils.
Would that be
interesting?
Considered metamorphosed, or is that just an interesting kind of permineralization?
No, it's permineralization.
Yeah.
It's like a petrified wood kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite opalized fossil, Fisher?
It has to be Strepedon.
Strepedon.
It's
a cool name.
Monotreme from Australia.
I've never seen that specimen.
Its jaw is opalized.
Is it
amazing.
Mesozoic?
Yep.
Heck yes. Is it from Lightning Ridge?
I believe so.
Cool.
That sounds beautiful.
That might be where that opalized plesiosaur is from, too. His name was like Kirky or Kirby or something like that. They gave it a nickname. In fact, let me look that up.
How do you guys feel about fossil nicknames?
Opalized
Depends on how good they are.
plesiosaur. I think they're ageist.
They're ageist?
I was making a joke about people. Never mind.
Serious answers only.
What's his nickname? Eric. Why did I think it was Kirby? Oh, and holy cow, they named it after Opaleonectes andamucaensis, the opal swimmer from Andamuca. It's a cryptoclydon plesiosaur. That's really neat. Check that out. So I didn't realize it was a new taxon. But yeah, opalized plesiosaur. So the skeleton itself was kind of turned to opal through the permineralization process. As it was fossilizing, opal got into the bones. I guess I'm oversimplifying here, but that's the gist of it, really. You probably know more about this than I do, Cam. The process of opalization.
Oh yeah, well, mineral-rich groundwater, in this case silica. After usually happens. I guess it's kind of hard to tell when it happens, whether it's during or prior to fossilization. Probably not super quickly.
Yeah.
But basically the silica precipitates out of solution and either can infill pore space or through a series of chemical reaction or through a chemical reaction replace the calcite, in this case itself, or aragonite or whatever the fossil's composed of. I don't know the details of that process, but it's very beautiful. And opal has like a bound water molecule, so you have to keep it somewhat hydrated as a collections manager. You have to yeah, it's weird. So the pyrite stuff I have to keep dehumidified.
Right. And
then the opalized stuff I have to. It's not really a big deal. Like just once a year, you have to kind of just give it some water.
Do you have opalized fossils in collections in Cincy?
Only one.
Okay.
I think we have a gastropod.
That's really neat.
It is very pretty.
Huh. Is it on display or?
No, we only have we have a Paleozoic fossil display and a dinosaur hall. And some fossils in our cave exhibit, which is based out of on Mississippian limestone caves.
Oh, cool.
Mississippian rocks, not the caves themselves.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we don't have any fossils on display.
That's really neat.
But with all the work we're doing here, we're getting some pretty cool Mesozoic stuff.
Yeah.
So we could add some more to that Dino Hall. And we don't have any marine elements of the Dino Hall. We used to have, before we put it in our new gallery, we had just ocean critters, plesiosaurs, ichthyosaurs and things.
Oh, cool. And those are no longer on display?
No, we took them down. They were temporary just until we got around to making our Paleozoic gallery.
Yeah.
The reason we chose the Paleozoic is regional.
Right, yeah. That's
Cincinnati Arch is centered on Cincinnati and late Ordovician's in the middle, and as you go outward from Cincinnati in any direction, it's kind of like a bullseye of rock getting younger as you go out.
Yeah. Cool. Is the Cincinnati Arch bigger or smaller than the St. Louis Arch?
Bigger, I think. It's actually one part. There's a Kankakee Arch and the Findlay Arch. It's kind of like the apex of a Y, the branch of a Y. And then the Nashville Dome is south.
Yeah. Is that bigger than the Superdome?
Marginally, yes. Marginally. If you go down there, you can go to the...
Chat's going to be so confused. I'm sorry.
The Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. And what is it, Memphis down there?
Yeah, I'm going to get to see that hopefully this fall. Because I'm going to a wedding in Memphis, I think. Yeah. Memphis, Tennessee, not Memphis, Egypt. Is that why they built the pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee? Because there's...
Maybe. That seems like it's plausible.
Well, the pyramids are at Giza. Is Giza near Memphis in Egypt?
That sounds done.
Any Egyptians in the chat?
Balal.
Close enough.
But, yeah. And can you tell us, after I made all these confusing jokes, what is the Cincinnati Arch? And how is it different from the St. Louis Arch?
There's a number of differences. Age.
Yeah.
No, it's a structural feature of the Earth's crust, formed. It has a long history of formation dating back to the ancestral Appalachian Mountains.
Okay. So a long time ago. Paleozoic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tectonic orogeny deposited all these Ordovician sediments. And then the following Acadian and Alleghanian orogenies, which are subsequent mountain building events in the same general region of what is now the Appalachian Mountains. Every time one of these events happened, the crust behind to the westward side buckled. So if you can imagine, like, the mountains building up, the land immediately behind the mountains bowing down, and then the land behind that bowing up. It's kind of like when you push a carpet with your foot and it, like, scrunches up.
Yeah.
So that second scrunch, the first scrunch being the Appalachian Mountains themselves, that second scrunch is the Cincinnati Arch. And that went up, started going up probably in the Permian, and through the many millions of years, it kept lifting up, kept eroding down. So that's why whatever Mesozoic rocks were there preserving fossils, undoubtedly, are no longer there.
Gotcha.
But as these things are eroding away, the rocks in the middle are being exposed, kind of like a jawbreaker, if those are still like candy.
Yeah, any Zoomers in the chat? Do you still have jawbreakers, or has this been outlawed now because of injuries?
But they're concentric circles, so as you, like the Earth itself, as you go wear away the outer layers, you get to the inner ones. And because of the size of this structure and its position in the middle of the continent, we're on the top of it, so the rocks are only half a degree dip at most on any side. So in Cincinnati, the rocks look horizontal, but they're 450 million years old.
That's really cool.
And are marine sediments.
Yeah. Really neat. So you just get this uplift like that, and then it's being eroded away, so you get a nice cross section.
Yeah.
Really cool. I like the jawbreaker analogy. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I do that in some of my talks. I would just say it, and then some of the young students are like, jawbreakers.
Wait, really? They didn't know what it was?
Yeah. And so I started putting a picture.
That's funny. And the distance between Giza and Memphis is only 25 kilometers, about 15 and a half miles. Thank you, Alex Vixen. And Alexander Morrison, thinking about the Bass Pro Pyramid, says, imagine a Walmart ziggurat. Actually, never mind, says Alexander. A Sam's Club obelisk. TJ Maxx Henge. And Top Trike says, the first time I looked at a jawbreaker, I instantly thought about the layers of the Earth. I was about 7 or 8. Are you a geologist, Top Trike?
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
You just hear about inspiration from a fossil discovery or something. You never hear about candy inspiration for paleontology.
And Sinister Dev says, my wife and I don't care about diamonds either. We looked into rings that were made out of awesome materials like Gibeon meteorite, different kinds of opal. That is way cooler than a diamond, absolutely.
Yeah, meteorite's cool.
Meteorites are very, very cool.
Okay, the age of the universe?
Yeah.
Fine.
And Murgatroyd says, random fun fact, apparently Egypt doesn't have the oldest pyramids, that's Sudan. No, hang on. Egypt doesn't have the most pyramids, that's Sudan. Really? Huh. A joke about the pyramids. Why is the Great Pyramid in Egypt? Because it was too heavy to carry back to the British Museum.
What a horribly accurate joke. And there it would still be. We're not giving this back. We found it.
The Nubians apparently built more pyramids than the Egyptians. Interesting. Huh. And there you go, 3M Creation. I'm glad as a Brit you're not offended. You agree. Or maybe you are offended. I don't. Maybe that's a sarcastic ha ha ha. Forgive me, for I'm but an uncouth American. I feel like I'm getting down to a good layer, so I'm going to go extra slow. Is this the good layer, or is this a garbage layer, Fisher?
Let's see. That looks like it has probably nothing in it.
Oh, great!
Yeah. Let's see. This looks like kind of like the shaly layer. I mean, sometimes there's stuff in it, but I don't know. I'm not super confident. I mean, we gotta go.
So I can go pretty quickly through that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
There's not going to be anything small in there, I don't think so. Let's see, look at the edge back here and see. Yeah.
And Spartan, holy cow. Spartan, one of our most stalwart supporters, says, my husband and my wedding rings contain meteorite. We thought about a combination of dinosaur bone and meteorites, but we couldn't get clear information about the provenance of the bone, so we opted out to discourage any market in the material.
Wow.
That's what we want to hear. Holy cow, yeah. Very, very cool.
What a good person.
Yeah. No, I often talk about, like, the commercial fossil trade and how it can be of questionable legality and morality, so... that's really cool, Spartan. That's really cool. Yeah. Well, we've got over 500 people watching right now. Holy cow. Not too shabby. Shoot. If anybody's just tuning in, welcome.
I just remembered that.
Whoa.
It was just a little thing.
Welcome to Paleontologizing. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. We're finding all kinds of other critters in here. Not as many as we would like, but other critters from the age of dinosaurs here. No dinosaurs yet today, but little bits of fishes and, well, mostly fishes today. But we've also
And a
found...
ray tooth.
Did we find a ray tooth? Yeah, we did.
I did this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you found any amphibian bits?
I found that one thing, the old time.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Nothing that I can identify in the field.
Mm-hmm.
It did look very tetrapodid.
Yeah.
But there almost certainly are amphibians in here
Yeah.
that we've collected. We just are unaware of their taxonomic affinities.
Apparently the Atlas and Axis vertebrae are some of the most diagnostic and easily recognizable bits.
I've found either of those
Yeah.
yet. Or at least I haven't been able to ID them.
Yeah. Dan the BC man says, what's in the test tube box? Test tubes. What do you mean? Oh, these are vials. I'll pull one out of the corner so I know exactly where it came from. But,
There's no really rhyme or reason to where they are.
But yeah, some of the more important little things go in these vials to keep them separate. And in here we've got...
There's a very low chance it's identifiable. Tooth?
I'm going to say chordate.
Yeah, he did it. He's right.
Oh, this is a tooth. This is a jaw fragment.
Of a fish?
Yeah.
Nice.
Picked a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. I was expecting you to pick out one terrible one.
Yeah, I did. That was too.
It's like a lump of unidentifiable
Score.
bone, but yeah, this is at least
That was
a
a-
tooth-bearing element from
Nice.
the fish. So
And Cosmic Architect, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So we are carefully trying to pick our way through this matrix to find any little bits of small but important critters that can tell us about what this ancient environment was like. And apart from that, they're just cool. We were talking earlier today before the stream started about, like, you know, why is this stuff important and why do we do it? And we're getting kind of philosophical. And Fisher is making the point that, like, you know, this stuff is just cool. We don't necessarily have to like wax lyrical about its importance or anything. Like, it can just be cool on its own merits and worth collecting because it's cool.
Sometimes I'm of the belief that a lot of the fossils that we find, their greatest value is giving our lives meaning. And I don't know, maybe a lot of scientists kind of cringe hearing that because it's what they make their livelihood out of.
That's great.
But I don't know. It's like, I that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, I really like that.
I don't know if necessarily the world needs to know, you know, exactly the type of fish that lived here in the Cretaceous, but it's fun to find out, and it makes our lives better, and so it has value in and of itself.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree.
Passion for passion's sake.
Yeah, somebody clipped that, by the way. Yeah. And Top Trike wants to know, around a fossil, does the rock solidify more than its surroundings, just like how formations work in crystallization? No, there'd be rock here even if there weren't fossils. But you can get other stuff that forms around fossils. Like, you get gypsum that can form around fossil bones and stuff like that. But I think that's kind of a post-fossilization thing. That's the gypsum forms in the modern day, like, because there's little cracks around the fossil in the rock.
Concretions.
Yeah.
Yeah, concretions is a great example, yeah. Yeah.
Just nucleated minerals around the particle.
Oh, that is very sweet. Thank you, Brain of Purple. They say, Mr. Anduza, and you don't have to call me Mr. Anduza, that's my father's name. You could just call me Danny. But they say, really, really thank you for your streams, especially for these field ones. I wish I had better English to say with all of my soul how cool and important for me what you're doing and sharing with us is. Thank you. Thank you, Brain of Purple. My goodness, I really appreciate you saying that. That's very kind of you. And it's good to know that sharing this kind of thing is meaningful, that people appreciate it and see the value in it. So thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Your English is pretty good, by the way. Don't be embarrassed. You're doing a good job.
I can guarantee you that we all know way less of your native tongue.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should hear me try and speak Spanish, and I kind of come from a Spanish-speaking family. By the way, a lot of people in the chat are agreeing with you, Fisher. About about the your philosophy around the importance of this. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I have some grievances I have with the way that that people in science often talk about their work.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So I feel like there's not enough acknowledgement that this is the stuff that we kind of live for, that gives us our meaning in our lives, and that it's not just about like solving the mysteries of the universe or some sort of like lofty.
We want to solve the mysteries of the universe. That's why we're doing it.
Some sort of lofty thing. It's about like giving ourselves purpose in our lives and finding community and stuff.
To be fair, like, I don't roll out of my sleeping bag in the morning here in the field and go, "Oh, I'm gonna solve the mysteries of the universe today."
It's a little bit of a straw man. But
Yeah. No. I'm not saying. I'm saying, like, you're right. Like, that's not what I'm thinking when I get up in the morning.
No, you're thinking this is so much fun.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what we'll find today.
Yeah, that's
It'd
exactly
be cool to hang out with the guys.
That's exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah. And HD and HB, I think, gets it in the chat. They say, you can't put a krona value on the meaning of life.
It's true. It's a good callback.
You haven't really done that bit at all so far this summer.
I'm kind of tired of it. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of overworked.
Yeah. Well, you had to have been here. And, it had its time and its place, and, we can look back fondly on it. Yeah.
Do you have any super glue?
Yeah, we do.
That's what I use it for a shoot. That's true. Didn't mean to scare you,
Something must be really broken.
Super glue.
Neverwinter says Kroner is so last year.
Yeah, I don't get it because I was in it.
We won't explain it,
I don't want to.
but just understand it was funny and it was a uniquely Fisher thing.
That's right, I got plenty of those from this year. Got a picture of him with his head in the sand.
Yeah.
And thank you, Mythic Mexican, for subscribing. I appreciate that. You might be mythical, but your support is very real. And I know it sounds corny, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. And Murgatroyd Maxi says, I get to do the academic version of playing in a sandbox as a job? That's so cool. No shade, just jokes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're lucky to have some shade from these clouds right now, but yeah.
Speaking of jokes.
Yeah? Oh yeah, we were, weren't we? I thought you were going to tell us a joke.
No, you just did a joke.
Yeah.
It was so good even you missed it.
I know. I don't even get my jokes. And Wolfiebot says, howdy from Thermopolis. Wow, you're one of the rarest of rare breeds. An actual Wyomingite. Holy cow, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. We're out here in your home state. I won't say exactly where, but out in wild and beautiful western Wyoming. I've been to Thermopolis a couple of times. No, one time. And thought it was pretty neat. Went to the Wyoming Dinosaur Center. Tried to do a stream from there, but there was like no cell phone coverage. So it was kind of a disaster. But I got to go to the pressed penny machine there at least. That and the one at Star Plunge. And then got to see the Thermopolis Archaeopteryx specimen. It's a neat little town. I like Thermopolis. The hot springs are cool. The only Thermopolis on Earth is in... No, there probably is a Thermopolis in Greece, right?
Yeah,
I would guess so.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's from antiquity.
Yeah. Just like Athens, you know?
Yep.
Where Fisher is from in
An
Ohio.
Athenian of sorts, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And Wolfbot says, I think it's Thermopylae or something. That's probably right, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've definitely heard Thermopylae before.
Like the Battle of Thermopylae. Yeah. I think that was where Battle of Thermopylae was where Washington crossed the Mississippi River with his war elephants, right?
I think that's where he crossed the threshold.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. In a Jeep Rubicon.
Exactly.
Yeah. We got her. And 3 raiders from Captain Surge. Welcome, welcome, Captain Surge. Good to have you here. Taxdu says, any good finds today? You know, it turns out the best finds were the friends we made while quarrying, you know? Which is to say we haven't found very much today. But we got some good stuff. There's a nice Melvius vert right here that Cameron found earlier. It's partly covered with sediment right there, but the vertebra goes underneath. It's a decent size fish vertebra right there. A big old carnivorous fish. Which I suppose most fish are carnivorous, right? Yes. There's very few that... Well, it's like some species of tilapia or something.
Yeah, the pacu.
Yeah.
It eats... I think it's also omnivorous. But...
Yeah. They're like a piranha relative, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, this was a very, very carnivorous fish. Melvius. Big old bowfin. And there's one of its verts right there. Surrounded by rock matrix. But yeah. He's kind of the star of the show here. Good old Melvius. Melvin for short. Yeah. Good stuff. And thank you, Wolfbot, for subscribing. Holy cow. Appreciate that. Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's good to have you here.
We're rapidly running out of space where there's the possibility of finding anything.
Yeah.
We might close this bench tomorrow.
Shoot. Just have to knock this area down over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, it's mostly just coal layers.
Yeah. I could never winter. I think is that a Simpsons reference? Where'd you learn so much about history, Grandpa? I pieced it together mostly from sugar packets. Yeah. Oh, and Verity. Holy cow. How are you doing? Wolfbot. Thank you for the 5 gift subs, Wolfbot. There are 5 lucky chatters who won't have to watch a single ad for the next month. So I'll be up in Montana digging with some of my old crewmates up there before any of these folks have to watch an ad. And Verity, I don't want to overlook your message. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. I remember meeting you at TwitchCon a few years ago, and you were really, really cool. Hope to see you again in person someday. But how have you been doing? How have your streams been going? It's good to see you. We're really lucky to be out here, finding cool fossils and enjoying good company. Life is good, you know? Murgatroyd says regarding Melvius, showing some real backbone today, huh? Yep.
Yeah, I found 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. And Verity, glad to hear you're doing well. Yeah, and we're having a great time here. We really are.
It's like 1% of a backbone.
I wonder, how many verts would they have in a skeleton?
I don't know.
And I wonder how variable that is, because I know some critters, like different individuals, will have different numbers of vertebrae.
Oh.
Or they even change through ontogeny. They'll get more.
Or changing through it. Yeah, I guess that would make sense if it changed through ontogeny.
Yeah.
They could have different individuals.
But aren't there some mammals that do that? Where where different individuals can have different numbers. I think like it's Sirenians and sloths.
Sloths, yes.
Sloths.
They can have less than 7 or more than 7 cervical vertebrae. That'd be okay. I think it has something to do with like cancer resistance.
I remember talking with you about that. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's the problem with the extra or missing cervicals is that you just get a bunch of like horrible cancerous mutations that kill you instantly. But I think it's something. I don't know. I might be wrong. It's just what I seem to remember, but I'm not going to.
Although I hope I didn't misunderstand that and then pass on that misinfo to you.
I know those are the 2 groups that have variable cervical vertebrae.
The manatees and dugongs and their relatives.
I'm trying to remember exactly why.
The sea cows.
It might just be manatees. I don't know. Maybe dugongs as well. I'm not sure.
I don't know if they're well studied enough to. They probably are. I don't know. They're cool critters. Yeah. And Wolfbot, we really appreciate you. Thank you for helping support my outreach out here. And we should emphasize that part of this fieldwork is actually funded by this audience. It's one of the reasons why we can be out here. Ooh, excuse me. Dust. Is, now we raised I think including donations of items from the wish list, it's about $4,000 for our field work out here, and that's going to go a long way. Help us rent a second vehicle so that we can go out and find some more sites later on. I'm going to be gone at that point, but Logan is going to arrive and do some prospecting, and he found Turtle Hill, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so he's kind of our scout, our prospector, our reconnoisseur. I don't know. I don't speak French. But no, Logan's great. And thank you for the bless me's in the chat after sneezing. going to shift a little bit to my right so you're not so crowded, Fisher.
Do whatever feels right. I'm just trying to finish off any areas that seem like they could have something in them.
I'll follow my heart.
Seems relatively barren. So not your heart, of course.
It is full of heartworms. It's teeming.
You're just feeding off the love in there, you know?
Yep. Ooh. It's nothing exciting, it's just some amber I want to show the chat. And before you make any Jurassic Park jokes or anything. Mosquitoes. We've got a little piece of amber right here. This is fossil tree resin. Put it in the light so you can see it sparkle. The stuff tends to crumble just as soon as we find it. It's this lovely kind of orangey red color. I'm sure there's a geological term for that particular kind of coloration, but yeah, nice amber there. What's that? Amber colored. Well, it's when we think amber, I think like yellow, but this is orangey red. Yeah. There we go. Let me get the magnifying glass. I'll show you a little bit in better detail, chat. If it doesn't crumble beforehand. Let's see here. It is crumbling. Does that help at all? Yeah. Yeah. And Wolfbot says Universal Studios makes these Jurassic Park themed plaster dino dig sets, teaching my daughters to love dinosaurs. They each did one this weekend. Very cool. Yeah. I did a few of those growing up, and I picture that as practice for when someday I'll be out in the field digging up dinosaurs for real, and well, here I am. I've actually been digging up dinosaurs in the field since 2011. So I've been doing this for a fair number of years now. Nearly every summer. Sometimes multiple different field crews, field sites per summer. Just like this year. So, that practice maybe came in handy. I don't know. Well, dreams can come true. And there you go, Akira Eclipse. Hopefully one day in the past, says Akira Eclipse. Oh, they say, thank you for your work, Danny and team. Hopefully one day in the future, aliens will understand what the dinosaurs of our past looked like. That's why, really, that's, at the end of the day, that's why we do this. So someday when aliens show up, they'll know what dinosaurs looked like. I've never thought about that before, but that's, sure, yeah. It's a cool thing about science and science outreach. Like, whoever will listen, I'll talk to them about fossils. Cameron, if aliens showed up to the Cincy Museum, what specimen would you be most excited to show them?
Oh, what kind of aliens? Are they friendly or not? I could show them like Daspletosaurus or
we'll say they're friendly, or they're... If they're not friendly, they're at least like ambivalent or kind of bored. You really got to wow them.
Probably a mastodon.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of our, I guess the sauropods are cool. but
what
they're
are,
right by-
what are
they're
some of
right by
your
the
star
theropods.
sauropods?
Huh? We have a Diplodocus or a Gallium opus.
Yeah.
And right next to a we call it Diplodocus, but it's who knows? It's a composite specimen from Mother's Day site, and there's still research outstanding research being done on these
Interesting.
things.
So potentially it's made of several different kinds of sauropod mixed together?
Yeah. All Diplodocus though, all to me similar.
So all relatives of Diplodocus
worker.
or Apatosaurus, aka Brontosaurus.
Barosaurus.
Yeah.
But I'd show them one of those, but I risk them looking behind themselves and seeing Torvosaurus.
Yeah.
Mastodons look fun.
Yeah.
And perhaps friendly. Maybe not mastodons. Mastodons have like the teeth that look a little too meat-eaty.
Yeah. They almost look like big human
They
molars.
used to think they were meat-eating elephants when they first discovered them.
Yep. Like back in Thomas Jefferson's day.
Yeah.
And HD and HB says, do Twitch streams go out into space like I Love Lucy? You know, I've never seen that episode, HD. Did Lucy and Ethel go into space at one point?
I don't know. Yeah, Danny, I might change my answer to a Flexi-Calamity trilobite just because they're so cute in your hand.
Oh, yeah. Do they
Just give me a
curl up?
handful of them, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Flexi-Calamine?
Yep.
That's such a great name. Holy cow. You got Calimine and you got Flexi-Calamine. Does Calimine also roll up into a ball or no?
They do.
It does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nice because if you find the right outcrop, you can, after a rain or something, just go to the bottom, and because they erode out of the shell and roll down because they're balls.
Oh, wild!
So if you're lucky and you know what you're doing, you can
That's really cool.
just have some easy fossil plugs.
In other parts of the world, you know, after a rainstorm, people go out and just find earthworms, but you find trilobites in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
What a cool place! Holy cow! I need to get out there to Ohio.
You really do.
Yeah.
They just actually opened in the last few years the first commercial quarry to dig trilobites there. To my knowledge, it's been the first one, and it's been really successful.
Yeah. Cool.
It's like you pay to dig, and they help you identify things.
Is it in or near Cincinnati?
Near Cincinnati, it's just east.
Very
Orb.
cool. That's really neat. Wolfbot says, didn't Bowling for Soup make a song about Ohio? I don't know about that.
Was it Cleveland Rocks? Is that Bowling for Soup?
Yeah, didn't,
It was the Drew Carey Show theme. Who was that?
Oh, I don't know. That was... Oh, yeah. We're going to hear that at SVP this year, I'm sure.
Oh. You have no idea.
Yeah, didn't CCR make a song about Ohio?
On the banks of the Ohio. That's an old song. Stupid sand.
No, those Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. It's a little bit more of a somber song, I think. I don't know if we'll be hearing that one at SVP this year. But yeah. Chat Ios actually went to Kent State, and or no, it was Ios, I think. Yeah. The song was Ohio, parentheses, come back to Texas, says XVR. Is that right? Wolfbot says yes. Okay. Yeah. And also, I know, Jandra, I was making a joke about I Love Lucy. I know they were talking about the broadcast going out into space. I don't think Lucy and Ethel ever went on a space mission. But yeah. You know, like the beginning of Contact, right? Yeah. But it would have been a great episode, says Quiztech. There you go. Wolfbot says, how do you guys decide where to go digging? We dig where the fossils are. If you dig where there's no fossils, you won't find fossils. So it's important. No, this is probably the most common question I get. This site was discovered a few years ago by Logan Amherst McGee. Is that his name?
No, Logan Paul.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry, I get them mixed up all the time. Yeah, yeah. So Logan Paul and his brother Paul McCartney came out here, and they found this site. Found a bunch of turtle shell fragments on the hill, right? Named it Turtle Hill.
Yeah, I think it was turtle and a little bit of Melvius stuff
Yeah.
they found on the surface. I think it was like Melvius jaw.
Nice. So Melvin right from the beginning. Nice. So anyway, they were out prospecting. This is what we do when we're exploring for new sites. But we've been working in this area, in this region in western Wyoming for a number of years and finding different fossils. So, you walk along and you look at rock layers that look promising, and you find bits of fossil bone on the surface. And if there's enough of it, then you dig in, you find the source, and hopefully you get a treasure trove, which is kind of what we have here. Believe me, normally this is a bit more rich than it has been today. It's been kind of sparse for the last... Just today. Was it sparse yesterday too?
Yeah, this whole bed has been kind of disappointing.
Mm.
Not terrible, just...
I found a lot of stuff yesterday, but it was nothing great. It was just fragmentary.
Yeah. But these guys are going to dig further back into the hill and expose some fresh strata and hopefully find a bunch more stuff.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
A little bit afraid of the rock saw.
Yeah.
It's such a pain.
Yeah. I mean, it is a huge, dangerous piece of equipment. But
I mean, it's not magic either, so
yeah,
you still have a lot of work to do even after you make the cuts. So.
Oh yeah.
And it's a lot easier to cut through a nice fossil with a rock saw than it is a dental pick.
This is true. Holy cow. Yeah.
And that's usually it's usually right where you aim.
Yeah.
Or often.
I spent a lot of time collecting cross sections of turtles from the limestone here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Secret
Go right through them.
Cow LVL says, I'm curious, have dowsing rods ever been used for finding potential sites to dig? No, only on that lousy Discovery Channel show. Like, that's not a real thing. Dowsing rods aren't actually. Sorry. I hope I'm not offending anybody by saying that, but it's...
Oh, they're real. They just don't work.
Exactly, yeah. Like, it's, you might as well read Chicken Entrails or...
Now that's
ask
a technique.
Ask a Magic 8 Ball or something. Yeah. Yeah. And you're good. No offense taken. Good. Okay. Yeah. Or tea leaves. There you go, Claire. Yeah. Here, I should find. That Skeptoid episode about dowsing rods and put the link in the chat. Yeah. Copy link. And I got it, Lenina. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Claire, you're on it. Nice. Yeah. Big Bad Eric says it's too bad we'll never get the chance to read dinosaur palms. Well, I mean, paleobotanists do a lot of reading palms, but the tree. Palms. We do have palms by the late Cretaceous. They've shown up in the fossil record by this point. Palms are, despite their reputation as like a dinosaur plant, prehistoric. They're not around in the Jurassic, let alone the Triassic. They're relatively modern, and they're a kind of flowering plant.
I think we have a palm from
And not even a tree.
T-Bone.
Oh, really? Nice, cool.
I don't think it's collected. I think it's just sitting there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Shoot.
But it's over there.
Maybe Kirk Johnson will go get it when he's here.
We have a piece of palm from here, the site.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a leaf frond impression.
Oh, neat. Very
It's
cool.
it's on a piece of rock about palm size.
Cool. Palm-sized. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't even mean to.
No pun intended. Yeah.
The greatest joke I've ever made.
Yeah.
All downhill.
Addicted to capping. What is it with all the aliens, chat? I hope that if or when humans are gone and aliens come to visit, they preserve the remains of these animals as a reminder of what was. Well, that's Cameron's job, is to manage the collections and make sure that they're safe and pristine.
In perpetuity.
In perpetuity, yeah. So after we're all extinct, you know. Yeah.
Then it's the next guy's problem.
Exactly. Then they'll have to make all these.
Have fun organizing these conodonts. You think I'm kidding? Ostracods are actually the big one.
Yeah?
They've
been the biggest thorn in your side?
Well, no, not at all. I don't think about them.
You've ignored them.
Because we got a bunch of them from the Minnesota collection, University of Minnesota collection that we accessioned.
Yeah.
And it's the Deep Sea Core program, and there's just tens of thousands of unprocessed ostracods. Like the Deep Sea Drilling Program, Deep Sea Drilling Program. Yeah. And I can't identify them. Those things go to subspecies for some strange harebrained reason. Like who's the?
I mean, yeah, if it's. Because they're probably used in economic geology, right?
Yeah, economic and biostrat, I think. But I'm not identifying those. They're sitting in the cabinet until some passionate soul comes to it. We actually had somebody that helped from China preliminarily identify some of them.
Oh, really? That's really cool. Oh, and Akira Eclipse is another question. This is probably an easy one. Have you ever worked with a scientist in your field, so in paleontology, I guess, who didn't believe in evolution? For me, no. I mean, it's like, I don't know. If you don't, it's not something that you believe in. It's just like, well, it happens, and we can study it and kind of see it occur in the fossil record and in the modern era. So, yeah, I've heard of.
I've met geologists that don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is wild, but yeah.
Like geochemists.
It would be like talking to a medical doctor who doesn't believe in germs or something like that, you know? Like, no, those are...
well, there's a lot of...
misalignment of the four humors.
People in that field.
Exactly, yeah.
There's a lot of religion in the medical field. People who don't, like young earthers.
That is true, I guess, yeah. And I have met physicists. There's something about physicists where, like, a lot of them are like, well, you know, physics is the only true science. It's the most difficult one. So if I don't instantly grasp how evolution works, then it, you know, that's not a problem with me. It can't be a real science if I don't intuitively get it without really thinking about it.
I'm so out of touch. No, it must be the children who are around me.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I talk a lot of guff about physicists on this channel, but I've had some bad experiences, like physicists who like don't understand what science is or how it works. I don't know. Yeah. HDHB says you do. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm here.
But I forgive you. Thank you, HD. Your understanding and forgiveness means the world to me. Thank you. Yeah. Or the people who don't believe in evolution or germs might be put in charge of the U.S. Health Department. Yeah, don't get me started. Yeah.
They would never do that. There's rules to prevent these kinds of things.
Yeah. Where did all those bags come from down there? Did they not take all of them?
No.
I was just looking at this bag and then going, oh, it's so nice that we don't have any other... Oh.
Because we wouldn't let them take our shovels. Michael wanted to like heave a bunch of them over the shovels.
Yeah.
Oh, they were gonna like carrying water back to the village.
I don't think that would work.
I don't think that would work either.
I think you'd just have tail hairs, and then a bunch of dust would pour out.
Yeah.
We'd lose all of our microfossils.
But anyway, yeah. And there you go, Brain of Purple. Yeah, yeah, right. By the way, if you're interested in why people believe bizarre things like internet hoaxes or urban legends or conspiracy theories or pseudoscience, stuff like that, go check out Racodactylus's channel. He's a cognitive scientist, and his PhD is literally about this, studying why people believe bizarre things like that. Where does this kind of misinformation come from, and why does it stick around? Why do people like it so much? He's currently trying to go full-time here on Twitch, and yeah, he does really cool science outreach live streams a couple times a week. You should give him a follow. Yeah. Anywho, yeah. I need to do some collab streams with him at some point. And given that he lives in California, I should go do that in person. It's not too far from where I live, I guess. I think that would be cool.
Ontogeny.
Does he discuss things like the Mandela effect too? He probably has, or if you asked him to, he would definitely talk about it, yeah. That's right up his alley. And thank you, Isolated. I really appreciate that. It is dig season, yeah, I'm glad you're here. And Nordic Gale says someone said Loch Ness. How do you feel about Nessie? I did a whole live stream about the whole Loch Ness Monster phenomenon back in, what was it, April, I think? On the anniversary of the publication of the famous surgeon's photo of the Loch Ness Monster. But, yeah, it's an interesting, and I don't want to go off on a huge tangent here, because I know people love to talk about this. But, yeah, I kind of used it as an opportunity to talk about standards of evidence and how we find new critters and what you actually need to prove the existence of an organism. And then I also used it as kind of a sneaky bait and switch to be able to talk about an actual giant, near mythical marine reptile that is still alive today.
Godzilla.
Godzilla, yeah. A leatherback turtle, Dermachelys coriacea. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. But yeah. And Addicted to Capping says, I wish you could come to Kansas and do some digging. I've got some friends in Kansas, actually. Yeah, I've got a colleague at the Sternberg Museum, whom I actually interviewed live on stream not too long ago. David Levering. And he's a cool guy, and he runs the Sternberg camps. Do you know about this, Cameron?
Only in vaguely.
Yeah. It's a really cool set of camps that they're mostly for high school students, I think. Kind of introducing them to science and kind of giving them opportunities to do field work and laboratory work and stuff like that. And he actually asked me to lead one of these a couple years ago, Sternberg camp in the Bay Area. We were going to do one on science outreach and careers in science outreach, but we didn't get enough sign-ups, so we ended up canceling it. It was kind of a shot in the dark to see if we would have enough interest to be able to start a brand new thing. And honestly, I'm kind of... I was a little bit relieved that we didn't get enough sign-ups, because that was going to be so much work for
those
me.
Camps are a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. And I'd be leading the whole thing. But it was a cool concept. Maybe one day we'll do that, but I like being able to just go around to different field sites during the summer and not have to worry about, taking care of a bunch of kids. Yeah, I do enough of that out here in the field.
It's a lot better than running a field camp.
Oh yeah.
As cool as the Morrison is. As much as I love Diplodocus ribs.
Gotta have them ribs. Riveo, thank you for the subscription. Really appreciate that. Good stuff. Thank you for supporting my science outreach out here. That's great. And there you go, Mythic Mexican. No, I think it was only for high school students, but but I appreciate your enthusiasm. Have any dinosaur fossils been found in Kansas along the ancient seaway? Yes, Niobrarasaurus, I think, is from Kansas. Though it might be from Nebraska. It's from the bottom of an ocean. Along with, there's a hadrosaur from there too. It's like Cleosaurus or something.
You found that first one in a marine deposit?
Yeah.
Wow.
That happens with ankylosaurs more
so
often
big.
than you'd expect.
Yeah, so
Bloat and float.
Wow.
And they just drift out to the middle of a seaway.
Their armor sinks.
Yeah. You find them upside down. Yeah.
That's how the nodosaur, the really well preserved mummified one.
Borrelia pelta.
Is that at a marine deposit too?
Yep. Another bloat and float. It's got a big siderite concretion around it.
Really?
Which is what preserves the skin and everything else, yeah.
We have a really cool locality, a Pennsylvania locality, I think, that preserves those with nautiloids in them, or maybe goniatites.
Oh, cool. I always forget about goniatites.
Ceratites, maybe? I can't remember. But they're really beautiful fossils.
Ammonites and baculites and goniatites and...
There's baculites not far from here in the Bear Paw.
Oh, that's right, huh?
The Bear Paw's like all over Wyoming.
Yeah. That's the Bear Paw Formation, Chad. That's ancient seaway. You get mosasaurs and plesiosaurs and probably big tarpon-like fish. They probably have xiphactinids there, or whatever that group is called.
Yeah. There's some places that you can get, I think, methane vents that have like communities of methane, like preferential.
Very cool. Yeah. Mythic Mexican says, bloat and float, similar to toot and scoot. I mean, yeah. Maybe if you can't toot, then you bloat and you float. Maybe the bloating is a result of a lack of tooting. And Addicted to Capping says, so how would that work? One of these dinosaurs would drink at the coast and somehow die and get buried when the seaweed dries. No, so this is like, you have an ankylosaur, one of these armored dinosaurs, big, heavy, armored back, and it maybe dies on land, or maybe it drowns in a river or something like that. We don't really know how exactly they died. But they would go down a river, apparently, and then get washed out to sea, and then just drift out into the middle of the ocean. And then, as they're doing that, they're decomposing, and so their belly is expanding with all these gases as they decompose. That's the bloat part. It makes them float. And then eventually they pop, or maybe they get bitten by a shark or something, and it gets punctured, and then it sinks right down to the bottom and gets preserved in ocean bottom sediments. So it's found alongside fish fossils near, in the same strata that you'd find plesiosaurs and mosasaurs and these other ocean reptiles. And then, and then millions of years later, when there's no longer a seaway there, when the interior of North America is uplifted and sea levels have dropped prior to that too, then it, shows up there in the middle of Kansas or Nebraska. Yeah. But yeah. Three Arm Creation says, and then Pennywise turns up and says, "You'll float too?" I don't know if I get that reference.
The movie It.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Stephen King.
Yeah.
If you like clowns, you'll love it.
Yeah? I'm kind of ambivalent about clowns, to be honest.
It's Tim Curry. It's the...
I like Tim Curry.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
seeing it. They're just quieter side.
Favorite Tim Curry movie?
Ooh, maybe Home Alone 2.
He's in Home Alone too?
Yeah, he's the concierge.
Oh, interesting. I would say maybe Hunt for Red October, but probably Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, yes. Oh my god, I'm embarrassed that I didn't even come to that sooner. It's one of my favorite movies.
It's so good. My girlfriend in college, that was her favorite movie.
I watched that multiple times a year.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the first movie I watch when I get home. I promise.
Professional Pirate is like excellent song. Yeah.
Have you heard him talk about the movie?
No, I haven't.
They ask him some drama, and then he like makes up this thing about like getting with Miss Piggy behind the scenes and Kermit getting upset. And he does it in like true Tim Curry like he doesn't give up the bit.
Just totally deadpan.
Yeah.
I need to see that. That sounds awesome.
It's funny.
3M Creation says Danny hasn't seen It, loses points. Seen Muppet Treasure Island, balance restored. Thank you.
Muppet Treasure Island is far better.
Yeah. What they should do, obviously, is make a Muppet Hunt for Red October. Hunt for Red Muptober. I've talked about this before on stream.
Should rewatch that movie.
Was Tim Curry in Dances with Wolves?
I've never seen that.
Shoot. Well, Kevin Costner is the lead, right? But I don't remember Tim Curry. Muppet Sean Connery. And Stats Bloke wants to know, has a detritivore fossil ever been found associated with a bloat and float?
Like a crab.
A crab? I'm sure, yeah. I know that Aletopelta, which is an ankylosaur from California, it's from San Diego, I think, that has been found with a bunch of encrusters on it, so oysters stuck to it. That's cool. So this dinosaur, it's thought that it may have fallen off a cliff because they have evidence of, the shoreline was right there and it was probably a tall, rocky shoreline. So this animal drifted down probably to the sandy bottom and became like not artificial, it was a natural reef. A dinosaurian reef for a while. And there are a bunch of critters living on that carcass.
See, that's the kind of dinosaur research I want to do.
Yeah? Like when a dinosaur becomes an ecosystem?
Just like the inner, organismal relationships. Testing and... I just like that kind of stuff.
I know there are
taphonomy.
plesiosaur fossils that have zombie worms in them.
Oh, really?
The same ones that feed on whale carcasses.
Oh, I didn't know that, Fisher. That's super cool. Shoot.
Or at least they have traces of worms that burrow into their bones.
Which I guess makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's a whale fall before there were whales. Neat.
Yeah, the worms have existed long before then.
Yeah. And Neverwinter says, I would have loved to have seen Montana. That's Sam Neill's character. And then he did in Jurassic Park. Yeah. Well, shoot, you are all going to see Montana in about a week. Maybe a week and a few days. When I leave here and go up north, going to be joining Denver and Liz Friedman Fowler's team from the Badlands Dinosaur Museum. And that's going to be super cool. I used to work with Denver and Liz every summer for 6 or 7 years up in Montana years ago. And yeah, it'll be cool to link up with their crew again and show off what they're doing. It's going to be really neat. So if you would have liked to have seen Montana, well, you're going to get your chance next week. Yeah. And Addicted to Capping says, wouldn't larger dinosaurs cause their own microsystems living and then when dead too? Yeah, well, Fisher, that was featured in Walking with Time of the Titans,
certainly,
remember?
Yeah, there's some
speculative stuff with Ignorognathus, which is almost certainly incorrect, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were pterosaurs and other small animals that occupied similar niches to oxpeckers or cattle egrets. You know, wandering around with the herds of dinosaurs.
Kind of like fighter aircraft taking off from an aircraft carrier. Just pterosaurs, you know, living on sauropods and...
Yeah, or even like early birds and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Pterosaurs.
We can speculate about that kind of thing, but it's like, that'd be really difficult. How would you ever demonstrate that in the fossil record, you know?
Yeah, so
Some
just
dinosaur skin with little pterosaur claw marks.
Yeah.
Like right on the spine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pterosaur perch.
there's some like Luis Ray artwork of like a tyrannosaur with a bunch of birds perched on its snout.
Have you seen that? It's nice. I like it. It kind of looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Why would they not try to land there?
Yeah.
The dinosaurs didn't like it.
Well, it reminds me of like the butterflies that like sit on turtles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not too dissimilar.
Or if you look at anything in the Serengeti, it's just got like birds all over it.
And in Stats books, this is you would need a pyroclastic flow or something to freeze the scene. And then find it, yeah. Which I don't know if we have... It's been speculated that like that Maiasaura bone bed up in Montana may have been a pyroclastic flow. There's just like thousands of Maiasaura all preserved in the same place. And yeah, it could have been an ash fall or a pyroclastic flow. Something volcanic. They're preserved like in ash. I think.
We just inherited or accessioned a collection with a piece of wood and lava.
Oh,
Like
wild.
igneous, like, I can't remember what kind of lava it was.
So it was
Very-
there
very obviously
in the lava.
igneous rock, yeah.
Is the outside burned and the inside is still
Yeah.
intact?
Yeah.
Wild. That's really cool.
And it was labeled as bone. Bone and lava.
Interesting.
And Glenn was looking at it and saw a knot. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
wouldn't see in a bone. What's the oldest fossil you have ever found?
Would have to be Cambrian trilobites up near
Cool.
Logan, Utah.
Yeah, it's about the same as me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my oldest are Ordovician from Maysville, Kentucky.
Nice.
I think the Cope Formation.
Yeah. That was only like a few hours that I was up there, though. It's not like I was doing serious field work. It was like just a little on a lark, go up there and find some trilobites.
I talk a lot of crap about the Cope.
Yeah.
Not a fan?
It's just low diversity compared to the upper Cincinnati and stuff.
Yeah.
There's parts of it I love. There's like some really unique echinoderm beds that are.
Sure.
It's almost like a resurgence of like this middle Ordovician fauna that appears out of nowhere and then disappears again. In just like this meter section.
Drunky Kong says, I asked earlier, I missed it, I'm sorry. But are you guys familiar with geology?
No.
What's geology? Yeah. No. Yes, we are trained in geology.
You have to learn the rocks before you learn what's in them. Usually.
Yep. But Drunky Kong says, my grandpa is a famous geologist. You don't have to say his name because you don't want to, if you're at risk of doxing yourself or something, but yeah, there's a chance we've heard of him if...
Small world.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. Do y'all know Augustus Locke?
John Locke.
The philosopher?
Yeah. He's a natural scientist.
Yeah, the
Interests.
lost character.
Yeah,
They
the
ever
lost
find him?
character. He's a good character in Lost. He's like three people. Or,
I've never seen that.
stop halfway through.
Yeah.
Or at least before the last season. So frustrating.
Yeah. Although somebody told me once that the whole series is just Hurley's dream.
That's a theory, yeah.
I don't know what that means. I think that was a 30 Rock joke, actually. Speaking of television.
There's a similar, there's some weird theories on the show.
Uh-huh.
It
But,
ended horribly.
and August Saw says dinosaurs are rad. It's true. Yeah, they are.
Do you guys ever go to GSA?
I've been to a regional GSA in Bozeman, Montana.
I've noticed that like vertebrate people don't really go there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like there's like one little, maybe 2 sessions, like a mammal and a reptile session.
Yeah. That's because we have SVP instead. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
But we have NAPC, and paleo people still. Actually, paleo people, they do prefer NAPC, but
I have a bunch of colleagues who go to NAPC or Wave P.
I do like the region. Yeah, wait, I just learned about Wave P recently.
Yeah. I should go this next year. I think it's going to be in Pocatello.
I like the regional GSAs; those are fun.
They are fun. They're not huge like
My first talk was in regional GSA.
Nice.
I took the train from Cincinnati to Lincoln, Nebraska.
How was that?
It was long but awesome.
Yeah. I love taking the train places.
22 hours.
Yeah. Did you get a sleeper cabin or you just...
For half the ride.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I went to Chicago and I got on one there.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, HD. Augustus Locke, 1883 to 1981, was an influential American economic geologist, best known for developing the technique of leached outcrop interpretation to discover hidden copper deposits.
Ooh.
Oh, did he work in Nevada, perchance? I may have actually... He might be mentioned in Basin and Range by John McPhee about Nevada geology.
I need to read that.
It's good, yeah. It's a little... it's slightly hoity-toity in the prose, but it's good. And it's very, like, early 80s. Like, plate tectonics was kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
But it's... Yeah. It's written for, like, a general audience, but, like, a very well-educated general audience. It's like, if you enjoy literature... but don't know much about rocks, but would like to appreciate them, you should read Basin and Range.
I think I should read it just for the historical, like what it is. It was like a popular book in its day.
Cool. And he did, cool, Dranky Kong, yeah. No, it sounds familiar now, yeah. Because I think it was during that time in the 60s and 70s into the 80s, they were starting to develop different chemical techniques for like leaching gold out of talus piles and stuff like that. So they'd use cyanide and that sort of thing. I don't know much about this. It's at the very, very periphery of my knowledge, but yeah. So I wonder if he was involved with that kind of thing too. Yeah, cool. And Nevada and Wyoming, it said yes. Oh, very cool. He worked in Wyoming too. Nice. And Annals of the Former World, exactly, Neverwinter. Yeah, no. John McPhee is a very talented writer. Is or was, I'm not sure. Either way. Good stuff. I used to listen to Basin and Range every summer as I would drive through Nevada. Often coming back from Utah or Wyoming. And it's kind of cool to like see those rocks as you're hearing about them in an audiobook. Oh boy, Crimson with the puns. If you cross Neil Diamond with a Giganotosaurus, do you get a sweet Carolini? Because it's Giganotosaurus Carolini. That's...
It's an incredibly niche joke.
Crimson is full of them. Yeah. And John McPhee is still alive and 95. Good for him. Wow.
Still alive and 95.
Yeah. Nice. Got anything good, Fisher?
I'm just trying to clear this stuff out. I'm thinking about wrapping the stuff we have, though.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
What time do you want to take off today?
Whenever we want.
Yeah.
Like 6:30.
It's like 2 minutes after 5, I think. Which,
Let's just stick it out. Find another fossil, so like hour or two.
Yeah. I normally wrap up the streams at 5, but if you don't mind, we could keep going. We've got 500 people watching right now, so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish there was more to show them, but...
Yeah.
You know, if we want to go through this box of
A lot of sand.
wonders before I put them all away.
That would be cool, actually. Let me go check on my solar battery real quick and make sure the satellite isn't
If
going
you're
to
doing a
conk
select
out on
some
us.
for my trash pile.
Sure. I love trash. I always let it touch me.
Use that weird thing that.
Yeah, let me pick this up for a minute and walk around, chat. A little change of perspective here. If you're just joining us, welcome to Paleontologizing. Welcome to beautiful, wild Wyoming, USA. We're digging up a bunch of fossils, mostly tiny little things at this site called Turtle Hill. The fossils might be tiny here, but they are of huge importance in figuring out what this ancient ecosystem was like. What are the critters that inhabited this spot 72, 73 million years ago, something like that. Let's check on our solar battery here and see how we're doing. What's our percentage at? Charlie's Dragon says when they get done here, they'll have to rename it Turtle Flats. Maybe.
Bit of apartment building here.
There you go. Yeah. 73%. Okay. Yeah, not bad. We're doing okay. But we do have a hill behind us, so yeah, right here. Oh, yeah, there's still a hill, even when we knock down this part. Yeah, good stuff. Cessbooks is pretty clouds. Yeah, pretty shady, which is nice. Not too hot today. We're grateful for that. Yeah, people always comment on the clouds here, which is funny to me, because yeah, this is what it's like out here, But I take this for granted, We do get some spectacular clouds out here in Wyoming and in Utah and in Montana. And one of these days I'm going to remember to bring out the Cloud Spotter's Handbook. It's kind of a checklist for different kinds of clouds. And I've always wanted to do that. I have the book, and I just always either bring it and don't remember to take it out and identify the clouds, or I just forget to bring it. This year I forgot to bring it. Always next year. Yeah. And Lar Fleas says, the hills are alive. Yeah, the hills are alive with the sound of fossils. You know the song. Anyhow, Turtle Hill locality. We're out here in western Wyoming, digging in rocks and about 72 million years old, give or take. Here, I'll give you a quick little walk through and show you these different critters. In fact, let me grab the visual aid here and let's do some rearranging. Put this on, take this off. It's over the shoulder. We'll go through some of the fossils that we found so far today, and I'll show you what they match up to on our little faunal image, our who's who of late Cretaceous freshwater and terrestrial critters. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. And there you go, Statsblog. 100 million year old bedrock. Nice. Yeah. So that would put it in about the middle of the Cretaceous. What's that?
If there's one thing you get from paleontology, it's good posture.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, do a little stretch break here. Should we go through some of those?
Sure, why not?
Those fossils? Yeah.
Put them away.
Fisher's gonna wrap these up, so let's take a look at them now.
Yep, this is both today and yesterday, just because we've had so few. So let's see, we've got fish vertebrae. So this is Melvius, big carnivorous fish, kind of the...
That's this guy right here.
Main character of Turtle Hill.
It's a Cyclurus right there, this guy. But picture this guy being several times bigger.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a bowfin maybe close to 9 or 10 feet long, about 3 meters maybe?
Probably the top order carnivore in this ecosystem.
Yeah.
I imagine this thing is eating small crocodiles and turtles and stuff. So.
Nuts.
Yeah, and very distinctive vertebrae, kind of like the shape of like the skull on a skull and crossbones.
Yeah, it is,
It's kind of how I describe it.
Which is the top and which is the bottom for the
I
chat?
think this is the ventral side.
Yeah.
I believe the concavities on the
makes sense.
venter and
Yeah.
the lateral edges.
Cool. Do they have like transverse processes that come off of these?
Yes, they do. You can see the articulation points for them here.
Oh, right.
And I think we've found a couple of them, but they're rare.
Nice.
Or at least they're hard to identify.
Yeah.
So then there's a smaller vert in there. Maybe it's Malvius, maybe it's something else. But
Yeah.
I'll probably categorize it with just the other small fish vertebrae.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have? We have a little jaw fragment here. So
Okay.
you can see a little tooth sticking out of it.
Doesn't look like much, but there
We
it is.
find,
Yeah.
very rarely do we find...
Magnifying glass. Put it here? Where did I put that? Where did I put the magnifying glass? Is it in my pocket? It's in my pocket. Yeah. Hang tight, chat. There we go. Put this here. All right, fish jaw with tooth.
One of a few of them that we have in here.
Right there.
Yeah, very rarely do we find complete tooth-bearing elements from fish. This one is probably the best one we've got so far.
Nice, okay.
So that came out today.
Yeah. Nice chocolatey brown kind of.
That one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Assuming it's a fish, I mean maybe it's something else, but I don't have the field eye to immediately identify it. I think this is probably part of a turtle costal.
Oh, cool.
Unsure as of right now.
Potential turtle piece.
Yeah, but this would be like the rib. I mean the whole thing is the rib. This would be like the rib part that protrudes out on the ventral side.
Very cool. Okay.
Could be what that is. We have some fish.
Turtle power indeed.
Fish cranial stuff. It's really hard to see because the glue is a little bit thick on this one.
Yeah. So all of this along here is skull plate or something?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Nice. Do you think that's from Melvius?
Probably not, but another relatively large fish. This is probably part of a Melvius rib here. Although it's a little bit flat compared to the other ones that we found. Might be something different.
Yeah.
We've got another Melvius vertebra, much smaller.
But it's nice to see it without the matrix on.
Yeah.
Like you get the full silhouette.
Yeah, so here you can see like the articulation points for like the chevrons. Down here, these like kind of like oblong things.
Right. Cool. And then you've got that the divot in the middle of the centrum, just that big bowl shape.
Epistocylus vertebrae. So concavities on both the anterior and posterior sides.
So there'd be cartilaginous discs in between?
I believe so. I don't know for certain though, but I imagine the notochord becomes the intervertebral discs, and that would cushion the space between the two cetra.
Yeah. Neat.
Let's see. We've got, I think this is another little fish jaw. Yep. So you can see
very
tooth
nice
sticking out of there.
Oh yeah, shoot, let's see that tooth. Nice. Yeah, it's sticking out of the left side. That pointy thing.
And then here's another one.
Tooth. Nice.
It's a little bit obscured by dust, but
yeah.
It's the same kind of
very
specimen. Cool. And then I'm just dropping it.
It's down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. And let's see, is there anything else of particular note in here? I guess there's this croc osteoderm.
Yeah, nice.
This is kind of a mess.
Again,
I probably should have done this earlier.
Croc osteoderm. That's okay. This is cool. So armor scoot.
Yeah.
Or scoot, as some people say. From a crocky guy.
Yeah. Distinct keel on it. Anything else of interest in here?
There's good stuff from today. I mean, we're spoiled at this site.
It's very true. It's probably good. Oh, it's been glued on the bottom. Okay, it's just kind of crumbly. Yeah, we're certainly spoiled here. In previous years, we've had like incredibly beautiful stuff come out of here. Even earlier this year, I got like maybe 5 or 6 really nicely preserved Melvius cranial elements, all right next to each other, over where those big matrix bags are. And so, comparatively, these are a little bit less superb, but they're still nice in their own right. I mean, they're worth collecting. So.
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you, Fisher. Appreciate
You'll
you.
be able to see some of them when you come visit in Cincinnati.
There you go.
In their final resting place.
Yeah. Their forever home. Makes it sound much less.
The rocks were permanent.
Yeah. But yeah. So Cameron's going to be taking care of these critters when they arrive to Cincinnati. And sorry about the banana peel there.
No. You're on the way out. You're good. Yeah. I got plenty to do over here.
Here, I should. This isn't a safety hazard. We can't leave a banana peel on the ground. Yeah.
I might slip and then a slide whistle noise would play.
Yeah.
Slide whistles.
We were talking about turtle shells earlier and their various properties and colors. Well, how did it go again?
Green, you have to aim. Red is homing, and blue, it pisses everyone off.
There we go. Yeah. I'm sure everyone in the chat already knew that. But, yeah. And anything planned in Utah for September, says Pete Apocalypse. Gonna be out there motorcycle camping for months. Very nice, yeah. I don't have anything planned just yet, but I think there are a couple of field crews who are gonna be out there. Yeah, in the North Horn and the Cedar Mountain in September, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I very well might be out there in September. Somewhere near Moab. We'll see. But yeah, very cool. What a magical place too. And I will definitely be out there near Moab from mid-July to early August. That'll be fun. With the same crew at Doling's Bowl. The Utah Geological Survey. With Uncle Don and Papa Jim. And Fisher might not be with us this year.
Yeah. It's still in the works. I don't want to miss Don's last year. But...
Yeah. Well, he'll still come out, but he just won't be in charge, you know?
Well,
we can boss him around.
I'm going to miss being told I'm doing everything wrong.
We can still do that for you, Fisher.
It's true.
But Fisher might be down in Australia during that time. I mean, normally in Utah. But we'll see. I don't know. Last year, I was told that Fisher would not be in Doling's Bowl, and I was in Utah, and I was quite sad. And then I show up, and Fisher's there. So maybe the same thing will happen this year. We'll see. But I mean, for your own sake, I hope you do get to go to Australia. It sounds.
I don't know how the dates are going to line up. I think it's a short field stint, and we're leaving very early in July, so we might be back in time. We'll just see how logistically feasible it is, and then I also have other things, obligations that I might have to attend to at that time, but we'll see. I would like to make an appearance if I can.
Yeah, well, if you end up flying back to California, I could drive you out there.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know? We'll see. But and we got a raid, holy cow. Holy moly. Bark Talk, hey, thank you for joining. Welcome to Paleontologizing. Sorry, it took me a minute there, but field work, we got stuff going on. Welcome to Paleontologizing, Bark Talk. It was great meeting you at the San Diego Zoo this past October, right? Am I remembering correctly? I think I saw you over by the... It's by the... Are they haladas or geladas, Fisher?
I've heard gelada.
Gelada?
I don't know for certain.
Yeah. Are they baboons?
I believe they are not true baboons. I think they're just convergent, but again, I'm not...
Gotcha. Fisher's our resident mammal expert. But anyway, regardless of the kind of mammal whose enclosure I met you near, it's good to see you, Bark Talk. Yeah, it was right after TwitchCon. Yep. And I will not be at TwitchCon this year, Bark Talk. I would love to go, but unfortunately, TwitchCon happens to be scheduled for the same exact weekend as the Society of Vertebrate Paleontology meeting. So I'm going to be there at SVP with my fellow vertebrate paleontologists, and hopefully I'll be streaming from there. Right now I'm putting together a proposal to submit to the society, and we're hoping to do like a live talk show kind of deal for paleontologists to be able to present their research from this conference live on camera. Should be like a multi-day fundraiser event. I'm really excited about that, and I'm hoping they give me the green light because I think that'd be a great way to contribute to the society. Anyway, it's the same weekend as TwitchCon. 52 weekends out of the year, they have to pick the same one as SVP. That's the one weekend out of the year that I can't miss, you know? This happened before in 2023 as well, but I ended up doing TwitchCon instead of SVP. That's when it was in Cincy, right? It was 2023?
Yes, it was.
That's why I haven't been to Cincinnati. Scheduling.
You missed out on the Daspletosaurus t-shirt.
Yeah, I didn't get one.
I don't know if we have any extra. I think it's just GSA's thing.
Yeah?
But we have a ton of cups.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you can have a cup.
I'm sure there'll be some that show up in the SVP auction as well.
Oh, yeah.
We
almost
often do
certainly,
that.
almost certainly.
So I should... But can I really wear the t-shirt if I wasn't there?
Fisher a new one.
Oh, yeah?
Because his is brown now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Light gray.
That is a thing, to use that annual conference t-shirt as a field shirt. And inevitably it ends up as the same color as the rock here. But anyway, welcome Bark Talk and Raiders. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. We're digging up dinosaurs and other fossil critters out here in Wyoming. This is the Turtle Hill locality, which might not look like much, but it is extraordinarily important. Well, Fisher's listening, so I can't say extraordinarily important. I'll say it's pretty cool, you know? But
it keeps us happy.
It does keep us happy. We've got all kinds of cool critters from an ancient environment, much like this, with all kinds of different aminimals and poulants living in this environment. Everything from sharks to stingrays to amphibians to various kinds of bony fishes.
Sorry, Dan.
You're good. To dinosaurs in this environment. So we're finding bits and pieces of all these critters right here in the rocks, and Fisher's currently wrapping some of those specimens. Here, I'll show you what he's doing. But, yeah. So, and all of these fossils are going to end up in Cincinnati, Ohio, at the Cincinnati Museum Center. And Cameron over there is collections manager at the museum in Cincy. So he's going to be caring for these fossils after they arrive, and he's helping excavate them right now, which is really cool to have that kind of connection between the field work and the collections work. You often don't get that kind of thing as a collections manager, so this is really cool that he gets to be out here and do this. Oh yeah. Good stuff. And Ed Arrow says, so this used to be underwater? This particular spot used to be like a freshwater lake or a swamp, maybe an oxbow lake. You know, the point is it's like stagnant freshwater, which sounds like an oxymoron, but when I say freshwater, I mean it's not salt water. So yeah, there's all kinds of dead plants and little dead critters in here. And, yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. But, yeah, Cameron is kind of preparing that bench for destruction so we can work our way down through that and expose more of this, because this is kind of petered out. We're not finding a whole lot in here anymore. We're kind of down to the bottom of the productive layer. Underneath we have this coal. So this was like an oxbow lake, but prior to that it was a swamp, because you can see this coal here. This is all kinds of organic matter, just tons and tons and tons of compressed plants and other stuff, very organic rich. That's underneath this lake. So we may have gone from swamp to maybe a little bit of river and then oxbow lake, or other kind of less, maybe there's a little bit more I don't know. I'm not a sedimentologist.
Something with limestone.
Yeah, and then we've got limestone up here. So yeah,
It's a confusing outcrop.
it really is. It's kind of strange.
And a lot of layers aren't continuous.
Uh-huh.
And the ones that are seem to be different in thickness from even the other side of the hill to here. Makes photography really, really difficult.
Right, yeah. So we get these layers, they're almost like lenses, where they just kind of get thinner and pinch out.
Yeah.
So it is consistent with like a meandering river, I suppose,
Yeah,
making its way through the landscape.
Certainly. With some overwashed channel deposits here and there.
Yeah.
Which is what I think some of these bivalve rich... have you shown them the bivalves yet?
Not on today's stream, yeah.
These are from one of the capping limestones.
This is so cool.
This is not terribly easy to see, but you can see these large bivalves.
Yeah.
They're unionid bivalves, which is a bit of a trash basket term. Which is just to say there's a lot of tax assigned to this group that...
Like, if we don't know what it is, it's like, yeah, they're unionids, I guess.
Yeah. Big freshwater clams.
Yeah.
But that's definitely what they are, and we find some gastropods in here too.
Mm-hmm. You've seen that slab over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even... I'll show that to chat, because it's a bit prettier. Yeah.
we have the other half of this thing, or the one that fit on the other side of it.
It was even more beautiful than this.
Yeah,
if you can believe it.
It's great.
But big old clams here. See that? Yeah, another one here.
We actually have Union Island bivalves living in our rivers in Ohio.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a neat connection to the present.
They used to make they had buttons out of them in the 1800s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really funny. Buttons for jackets and stuff?
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool.
Ohio ivory.
Ohio ivory. I like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful clam right here. 70 plus million years old. Yeah. I always try to give special attention to the invertebrates when I remember, because I'm a dinosaur guy, but I try not to be a vertebrate chauvinist, you know? Let's show the inverts sometimes.
Cincinnati will change that.
I guess so. Yeah. I need to get out there. But yeah, cool stuff.
It has to change that because there's no vertebrates.
And Fox C Rocks C says this is so cool. Thank you, Fox C. I appreciate that. Glad to bring you along. On Pete Apocalypse, I'm sorry I missed your question earlier.
More clams.
Have we ever found any fossil camels? Do you have any fossil camels in the collections?
We do. We have an Oligocene camel from, I believe, Oklahoma.
Nice, okay.
It's in a collection of large oreodonts, or a large collection of oreodonts, which are these. You probably know more of them than I do. Like
They're
ancient sheep, like things.
They're weird. They're
probably
extinct,
aren't they?
group.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have living relatives that are close.
Here, Danny, here's some bivalves in situ.
Oh, nice.
So that's the slab that we were just looking at.
Yeah, there we go.
Fit on somewhere
Yeah,
here.
look at that. You should almost put some water on here to.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, okay. For the camera. I appreciate that, Cam. Thank you. Here, I've got, well, yeah. He's getting some water. Nice. Oh, nice,
See
yeah.
a little bit there.
You don't have to use so much water. That's, very generous of you.
It's okay.
We're near the end
I
of
got
the day.
plenty in the water. I got plenty in the car.
Yeah.
Here's one. And as I clear this off, there's going to be, I'm sure, dozens more.
Yeah. Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah.
So really, it's evidence like this that really helps us think. Like this is a bed that stands out. We don't find these bivalves here in this outcrop at all. So that gives us information about the environment and the stratigraphy we can put together here. And
Darius Majusi's got a great question. How much younger than the layer you've been working are these bivalves? And that's an excellent question because we don't know how much time is represented here. You know? Yeah, that's impossible question right now. Yeah,
Could be a few thousand years. Could be a few million. Who knows? You know, not a few million, but
could be a million.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not impossible.
We could have like what we call an unconformity here. That's where you just have missing rock. So like you just didn't have deposition in this environment for a while, so nothing was laid down. So
or
there's
a small erosive episode or something.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, it's tricky. In order to be able to get like exact dates, we should find an ash layer or look at detrital zircons. We're working on that kind of thing. But this is still early days in the study of these rocks and the fossils in them especially. This has been kind of a neglected area, and so it's the work that we're doing here is kind of pioneering. We're finding new species left and right, we think, but we're still in the early days of this, you know? This project could take decades. And so, but we're at such early stages that we haven't even published anything yet. And so...
Still lots of learning going on.
Oh, yeah. And... yeah. There's so much to do. And it's really, really cool because we realize that people will be talking about this field work that we're doing right now for decades or centuries into the future. Like, oh yeah, you know, Ethan Cowgill and his crew when they first came out here.
People are already excited about it.
Yeah.
Very, very excited just to know we're doing it.
Way back in the 2020s, those crews started coming out here, and why am I talking with a drawl?
Because that's going to be the predominant accent.
Yeah? No, it should be in the future. In the 2020s, there were, before the cyborg era, paleontologists were working at, that kind of thing. It's a long stream. I'm getting tired of it. Oh, and Mia Miyakota, hey, thank you for the raid. Welcome. How are you doing? It's good to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I was just talking about how the fieldwork that we're doing here is going to be... I don't know, we like to think about paleontologists from the days of yore you know, like when Barnum Brown was out here in the 1930s, or when Roy Chapman Andrews was leading expeditions out to Mongolia, or these like historical paleontologists. Like, man, what would it have been like to be out here when all of this stuff was new, and you know, every critter they found was a new species? We're kind of in those stages right now here in Wyoming, and we're pretty excited about that.
Just with less bone wars.
Exactly, yeah. Hopefully less vitriol, less skullduggery. Yeah, we all get along pretty well out here. So far, at least. Let's keep it that way. But, yeah.
Yep. Just as I suspected, Danny. There's bivalves everywhere.
This is really cool. Shoot. It's all over this bench.
They're dusty, so you can see the shapes.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful clam right here. Just like that. Nice. That slab that you guys have at Cincy from right here, of the bivalves, is that going to go on display, you think?
If it's up to me, certainly, yeah.
Nice.
Well, the thing about at the Cincinnati Museum, we renovated in 2016. And we've been doing exhibit building ourselves ever since, so it's been slow moving. So about 2 exhibits a year have come out, but all of our permanent space is filled now, so we can gear up to utilize some more in-house displays for our rotating exhibit space. Instead of just inviting solely rotating exhibits.
Gotcha, yeah.
Because our exhibits team has a little more time on their hands.
Nice. I can't wait till some of this stuff that we're digging up.
If you're near Cincinnati right now, we just opened the traveling Lego Jurassic World exhibit.
Oh, wow.
I got a sneak peek, and it's pretty nice.
Awesome.
Just don't get upset about the ages of Triceratops and Stegosaurus.
Oh, do they mix those up or something?
They switched them.
Oh, no. Saying Triceratops is Jurassic and Stegosaurus is latest Cretaceous?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Even with the dates. They have the dates on there, yeah.
Oh, no.
Like, you can't do that to the dinosaur nerds. They're going to all see that. Every one of them is going to catch that.
Yeah. Ed Arrows wants to know, how long have you been working this site so far? Today, since about, 9:30 a.m.? 9 a.m., something like that?
Yeah.
But in terms of how many years have we been working this site? I think, Fisher, was 2023 that we first came here and started finding stuff in earnest? And we dug in the next year?
The site was found in 2021, I believe, by Logan and co. And then in 2023, we were working the Skull Ridge site, which is kind of over the crest of the hill.
Yeah.
A really brutal site, very exposed, hard rock.
We had a very uncouth nickname for that site that I will not repeat on stream, but Skull...
You can guess it, probably.
Skull something Ridge. Don't type it in the chat.
But yeah, it's a really tough site to work, and so on one of the days that we were working there, we decided to hop on over to Turtle Hill, just kind of for fun, as like a break from slaving away up there.
Yeah.
And we just happened to find the bone layer that day, so like just digging into the hill, looking for it, and we just kind of struck gold. We found some Melvius cranial elements, and then I stayed behind for like a week or so, and got them out of the ground. We got a cool turtle with like a croc bite in it. I think we got like maybe 4 or 5 good Melvius cranial elements, some nice vertebrae.
Nice.
And ever since we've been working this site, basically the entirety of the field season. So this is our 3rd field season where we've worked the site all the way through.
Nice.
And
you've made a tremendous amount of progress. Like, you've pushed the ridge way back. That back wall used to be, like where the shovels are? Like the end of the shovel handles?
That was the progress that was made in like 2024. At the very start, the hill extended out to about here.
Shoot. And then we've got a significant portion of this in matrix bags in the laboratory right now.
Probably a few tons of material.
A few metric tons of material. Nuts. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's an overestimate, but
it certainly feels like it.
You filled? Like total? Are you numbering them in sequence?
Nope, I have no idea.
Okay. Huh. I have no idea either, but we have like 2 pallets of them.
Oh, wow.
Single stack, they're not stacked up, but like 1 pallet.
Nice.
At CMC. That
Very
was
cool.
The year we were here. I think Ethan brought back some last year. So I think we're going to be able to get this not terribly hard. I'm trying to find a crack over here, but it looks... This is leaking, I think.
Just kind of peel that off.
I think that if we invite some of those He-Man Ceratopsian boys over here for lunch.
This stuff is loose, so.
No bivalves.
I mean, the problem is this might fall onto where we want to work, and we have to move the slab.
Well, that's what I was saying, thinking of them. Like I'm imagining us not doing this.
Yeah. But even so, I think we need less people moving
Right.
the slab would be difficult.
I think so too. But more or less difficult than the rock solid endeavor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be like a couple hours of work. Yeah, I mean, certainly you can like chisel pieces off too.
Yeah. It's not as bad as we thought, hopefully.
I want to discuss this with Ethan and see what he thinks.
Yeah. If we can get him up here.
Yeah, if he has time. I mean,
Yeah.
he's really busy.
Darius Majewski says, you guys need a big old pry bar for that slab. Oh, we've got those. We've got like 8 of them just up the hill. Yeah.
We can certainly start with like this stuff. Doesn't look too hard. It looks like there's some natural breaks here, and I guess there's some rock saw marks that can be worked as well.
Nice. 552 people in the chat. This is great. It's our best viewership so far.
Nice.
Loving this.
They love you, Fisher.
Fisher, you're a star. Can we see the map? Not mapping, the wrapping that you're doing real quick? So you'll see the...
Walk you through the process.
Yeah, we love that.
Let's see, what do I want to go with? Let's do this little crocosteoderm.
Nice.
So there it is. One last time before it gets
There's the
away.
croc.
So what I'll do is I will open up the field notebook. I will give it a field number. So this will be Turtle Hill 26-175.
Nice.
This will be a croc osteoderm. It's from the lower bed, and there are 3 distinct fossil-bearing beds, or vertebrate-bearing beds. This is the lower one.
Nice.
And then the next
So this is the 175th specimen that's getting wrapped this summer?
Not exactly, because you can see here earlier I wrapped up Turtle Hill 26-13-9. It's the 9th Melvius rib. I call it Melvin rib. And
so different elements get different numbers?
Yeah, depending on if we get repeats of the same thing.
Gotcha.
So Melvius vertebrae, I don't give them individual numbers. The first one we found I think was number 12, and so we have 12, 21, 12, 22, 12, 23. Nice. And so on and so forth, just so that you don't inflate the number, and you keep like things with like. So when you're unpacking things, you don't have to search for all the different Melvius vertebrae. They're all in one bag. Yeah. With one field number.
Is this standard practice, or is this Fisher's special?
This is what I've come up with, and it seems to be working. So.
Have you written it down in case like we get hit by an asteroid and
I have not.
Somebody else has to make sense of this?
Maybe it wouldn't be.
It's all stored in Fisher's brain, so we got to make sure that we keep that thing.
That's why I write it down in the notebook too, so that you know. I don't feel like this is too hard to discern either.
Okay. A clever person would be able to figure it out.
So the first thing I do
as a collections manager, this is more than I get most times.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's good to hear.
So yeah, appreciate that. Is I'll make like kind of a cushion for the fossil with paper towel or toilet paper. That should not blow away. And then I'll put the fossil with the fossil side facing into the cushion. Just kind of like fold it in a little bit, tuck it away, and then I will go ahead and wrap it.
Nice.
Do a number of... I'm doing a pretty bad job. I think it's because I'm on camera, but...
That's how it happens, you know?
Usually
but they don't know. Tell them you're doing a great job.
Neater,
this is the best wrapping you've ever done. I'll believe it.
So I'll go in one direction for a while, just adding layers, and then I'll switch and go to the other side.
Nice.
Do that as well.
Like a little fossil mummy.
Yep. Kind of making like a plus sign of toilet paper surrounding the fossil. Oh, okay. Inconveniently timed gusts of wind.
Yeah, that always happens.
So just keep going until you feel comfortable with it. Go switch. Give it another round on that side until you have a pretty firm cushion for it, and then you can tear it off using the leftover botanist toilet paper. With perforated, it's a little harder. Sometimes it tears on you, especially if you're doing something that's not flat. But then the next step is you make a little finish flag using the blue painter's tape. So, like that.
Nice. Finish flag. You'll see, chat.
And then the other direction as well.
Any fins in the chat here? Give us some finish flags. Finish flag emoji.
And there we go. minutes, yeah.
Nice, there we go. Lovely.
And then you write the field number on it. So this was Turtle Hill 26-175. And you get a Ziploc. You put the date on it. So this is June 8th. Using the American system.
6-8.
So sorry to any people from outside of the United States.
Or to anybody who wanted to make a 6-7 joke. Sorry, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday. And then I'll write the field number again, so 26-175, and then I'll write what's in it. So this was a crocodile osteoderm, so croc, osteoderm, and then I'll just specify the layer, so lower.
Very nice.
And we're done.
Yeah. The glamour of field science, everybody.
The hardest part is coming up with a name for some of these things that I can't identify readily.
Yeah.
So it's like unidentifiable bone. I think that there's some
weird
things in there.
thing.
Yeah.
But the information he did give is very important, and it's really the most important thing as a collections manager that I need. And that all of that information will stay with that specimen forever now, including the field number.
So yeah,
which will correlate back to Fisher's notebook in case anybody wants to check his notes or see what he said.
Yeah. So centuries into the future, long after Fisher has passed into the great beyond,
the grand Fishers.
Yeah, the grand Fishers will be looking at this and going, wow, old Grandpa Fisher.
Grandpa, why'd you collect all these?
A lot of these are probably never going to be looked at again, or it'll take a very long time for someone to want to look at them. But we never know.
Yeah. And Crimson asks, besides the fieldwork notes out here, when you get back to camp, do you have to do paperwork to record your finds?
I don't. I know we have to have like permits and stuff. And I think Ethan writes up like a summary at the end of the season, like what we found, what we collected. Probably what he'll say for Turtle Hill is we collected a number of microvertebrate fossils, or he might give the exact number or something. But, I don't take any more specific notes than this.
Yeah.
Maybe I ought to, but I don't.
Do you ever take pictures of the pages just so you have them for just in case?
I used to take pictures of each individual specimen with a scale bar next to it. But I stopped doing that because my phone camera is so full of dust that they look like crap. So they're not really useful anymore.
Should we do a fundraiser to buy you a new phone?
I don't need that. Somehow I am financially stable.
Nice.
Luckily.
Congrats.
Yeah, I opened my retirement fund just before I came out here.
You're kidding me?
Yep, I have a
Roth IRA?
That's the one.
Yeah. You got to make sure it's a Roth IRA and not the one where you're contributing to the Irish Republican Army. So don't tell me how I know about that, Mr. Yeah.
Roth IRA
Yeah.
I've been away for 5 seconds.
We're trying to plan for our futures, Cameron.
It's supposed to be a safe space.
But yeah, it's Fisher. That's honestly really cool that you've got a retirement fund now. How many graduate students can say that? You know, you're in a good spot, Fisher. That's awesome.
Remarkably lucky in that regard.
Yeah. Anywho. Oh, and Niffler, I'm sorry I missed your question earlier. Let's see. And if leatherback turtles had died... So there were leatherback turtles from this time. That lineage, that family, in fact, the Dermochelyidae, goes all the way back to the Cretaceous period. We do have fossils of them from the Cretaceous. And they have other bones. It's not just shells. So they've got limb bones, they've got vertebrae, they've got skulls. But even their shells do have tiny bones in them. They have like these tiny dermal ossicles. Think of them as like tiny little coins, or almost like, it's like their shell is made out of bony wheat thins that are embedded in the skin and the flesh of the shell. Now, of course, we're talking about this critter. Oh, it's all dirty. Hopefully this doesn't get all scratched up. I really like this water bottle. But I got this like custom laser engraved because I got a special coupon for it. But this is a leatherback turtle, and that shell is flexible. It compresses at depth. It's not like every other sea turtle where they've got a hard bony shell. These guys, there is bone in the shell, but it's the ribs of the animal in the rib cage, and then embedded within the shell are tiny bony ossicles that are like a millimeter thick, whatever. Millimeter thin. They're thin. and they're arranged like a mosaic tile underneath the skin. So those ossicles are pretty distinctive. So when you found one, you know that you found a Dermachelid, a member of the leatherback family. And there are a bunch of them from Sharktooth Hill in California, near Bakersfield. Those are from, oh shoot, what is that, Pliocene, Fisher, Sharktooth Hill? Miocene. Cool. Which would put them in what, like 20 million years old?
Depends on the Miocene. So the Miocene stretches from 23 to 5.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. I think it's one of the longer epochs of the...
I think you're right. It's like the Eocene and Miocene are the longest, right?
They're the two longest ones.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, so we have leatherback turtle fossils from California from about, I'm going to say 15 million years ago. I don't know. Something like that. But this lineage goes back all the way to the Cretaceous. There's only one species left. That is the modern leatherback Dermachelys coriacea. I've become obsessed with these animals over the past year. And just, a week and a half ago, or thereabouts, I was in Florida working with them, with Loggerhead Marine Life Center in Juno Beach, Florida. Got to go on the beach and go see leatherback turtles and assist with field work. Here we go. We're looking at an infrared camera image on my phone screen, so apologies if it looks really blurry, but that's me with a nesting leatherback turtle. A somewhat small female, actually. I don't think she was all that big. That was a dream come true to be able to see these animals alive in the wild. It's like I can die happy now, you know? Holy cow. But anyway, my background is in dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are mostly what I've worked on, and the few papers that I've published so far center around dinosaurs. But I'm starting to get involved with that group too, leatherback turtles. So I'm in the very beginning stages of working on a review paper about these critters, the history of their study, and then how they may be related to protostegid turtles, the giant Cretaceous sea turtles like Archelon, who's like 15 feet long, had like a maybe 20-foot flipper span, enormous animal. Are they related to leatherbacks? We're not sure. It's going to be one of the focuses of this paper I'm working on. Yeah. And Fox C. Rocks C. says, I'm not really a science person, so I don't know if this question will make sense. I'm glad you're asking anyway. That's brave of you. Thank you. Why is now a good time for this project to start? Why not before? This is so cool, by the way. I guess maybe this is an unexplored area. It is largely unexplored. Here's the thing, is that, well, it's not unexplored, it's just underexplored. There is a famous paleontologist by the name of Barnum Brown. He's the guy who discovered T-Rex. He's one of the better known paleontologists from the early 20th century. Did a lot of cool things, went all over the world. Patagonia, Argentina, all over North America. And he even consulted on like the big dinosaur-focused media properties of the day. I think he may have been one of the consultants on Disney's Fantasia, the dinosaur sequence, Sinclair, Dino Land, all that stuff. Barnum Brown was the guy they'd come to and be like, hey, can you consult on this? Make sure we're doing it right. Here's a picture of him right here, kind of later on in life. And so Barnum Brown came out here to this part of Wyoming in the late 1930s. I think it was like 1937 he was in this area. And he did some exploring in this region and found several dinosaur skeletons, excavated a few of them, abandoned a few of them out here, and then sent some back to New York. Some of them seem to have been lost. Maybe they got lost in transit. Like, in those days, you'd load something onto a railroad car and then you'd just pray that it shows up at its destination. And some of them don't seem to have showed up. But anyway, he found some dinosaurs out here, and then everybody kind of forgot about this area. He never actually studied or named any of the critters that came out of here. So we know there were dinosaurs from this area of Wyoming, but they've never been named. They've never really been studied all that in depth. And then I think around the early 2000s, there's some paleontologists who were exploring in this area. They're like, Barnum Brown came here, he found dinosaurs. Let's see if we can find some more. And they didn't find anything, which is nuts. Because I'm not going to name names, but there were some big, well-respected names in that roster. The people who came out here to look, they were not amateurs by any stretch. They didn't find anything. And then, I think it was 2020, during COVID, our friend and fearless leader Ethan Cowgill, who was, I think he was like a freshman in college at the time, something like that. He decided he wanted to find a spot where he could find brand new dinosaurs unknown to science. And he settled on this area because it's not too far from Salt Lake City, where he lives. And he came up here with some friends and family and started looking around. And they started finding dinosaurs and other critters. And the rest is history. We've been coming back every year since then, with bigger and bigger crews, with more and more generous funding. We don't have a great deal of money or anything, but we've got enough to be able to organize a crew where we've got like 20 or 30 people in camp right now. And we'll have even more later on this month. And so we're out here, we're working simultaneously 4 different sites right now, and some of them are turning out to be very important, very rich in really cool fossils. So we're filling in this blank space on the map. These fossils are from, these rocks the fossils are in, were formed about 72, 73 million years ago. And so this is an important kind of missing time spot. Like, this chunk of time is not well studied in North America. And so we're filling in that gap by finding these dinosaurs. If we were to grievously oversimplify this, we're saying we're finding missing links out here. But I kind of hate that phrase, so forget I said that. We're finding new and important critters that help fill gaps in our knowledge, to use an overused phrase in the sciences. But yeah. Anyway, did we just get a raid? Let's see. Mr. Babikins, rather. Thanks for joining us. How was your stream? I hope it was really good. Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's good to see you here. Yeah. And are you finding specific individuals, or are there clusters? There's different sites where we find, well, at this site we find a bunch of different critters, little small animals and plants from like an ancient lake bed at the Turtle Hill site here. At the ankylosaur site, they've got a bone bed with an ankylosaur, an armored dinosaur, and then a bunch of other stuff mixed in. We think we've got a theropod in there, a little meat-eating dinosaur. And then we find fishes and bits of turtles and other critters there. It's a really important site. That ankylosaur is almost certainly going to be a new critter, new species. So we're really hoping we find more of it. And then there's the purple puzzle site. Well, first, there's the ceratopsian site, where we've got a horned dinosaur that's under probably about 100 tons of rock right now. We found all the bones that we can get on the surface, and now we've got to dig in further. We've got to basically move the hill backward by just removing tons, literal tons of rock, to be able to continue the bone layer and hopefully find more of that horned dinosaur. A lot like Triceratops from later on in time. And then we have the purple puzzle site, which we thought, up until 2 days ago, we thought it was a duckbill dinosaur. And we're like, that's pretty cool. We like duckbills. We found a lot of them out here. We've dug up duckbills in years past. But, yeah, it's worth collecting. Turns out, a couple days ago, we realized we were wrong. The bone was so obscured by concretions, by like rock concreted onto the surface of the bone, that we couldn't really tell the shapes of the bone very well. Until we flipped something over and saw the underside without the concretions, and it's a ceratopsian. It's a horned dinosaur, and it's beautiful. We've got a horn, we've got the frill, we've got the eye socket. We are incredibly excited about that. So that was what yesterday's stream was about, when I went to visit that site. So we've got some good stuff, and different critters at different sites. These represent slightly different environments. We've got like a swampy oxbow lake here. We've got which are our environments is fluvial. I think most of our stuff is coming from lake beds so far, but we will find something in a sandstone. I guess we kind of have that at the ankylosaur site, right? Is that kind of sandy? I don't know. I'm forgetting. And we're, what, 4 hours into the stream? So, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Darius Majewski, check out the VOD from yesterday. It was nuts. Really, really cool. And it was a short one, too. So, it won't take you long to watch. And Diagonal says lake bed equals alluvial, riverbed equals fluvial. Well, we would say lacustrine for lake bed, Diagonal. Alluvial kind of implies a drier environment, but lacustrine is like standing water, like a pool of water, a lake. Alluvial is like, it's almost like a delta, but like on the side of a mountain or something. But yeah. Not to be all, oh, well, actually, but yeah. Anyhow. Yeah.
Well, this would be alluvium, right?
Yeah, this would be alluvium, I guess. Just kind of moving down. I guess what we've got going on down here.
Shoveling out of the way right now?
Yeah. So that detritus, we would call that alluvium. So all of this down here we would call alluvium. It's like a dry flow. And then, I don't know if does a delta, is that considered an alluvial environment?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it kind of implies dry terrestrial.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cam.
This is I'm pretty sure it's a bivalve, but it looks funny. So.
Oh, we got one right there?
It's like a
the big thing? Whoa.
I don't know if it's a bivalve or something else.
It's like...
Or two bivalves next to each other that make it look like one.
Yeah, shoot. Let me get the camera a little closer. The camera a little closer to Cameron. Nice. Weird.
Weird indeed.
Yeah, neat.
Looks a little different than the ones we surrounded.
Could be a different species, or maybe just a big old individual. Who knows?
I mean, it's probably more than one organism in here.
Yeah. Neat.
It's a big rock.
Neat. And Top Trike, you're welcome. Not sure I understand, but I'm glad the gobstopper thing was a good analogy for you. Yeah.
The
jawbreaker gobstopper. Yeah. Nice. And Diagonal wants to know, are there freshwater rudists?
I don't think so.
I think they're strictly marine, but I'm not a malacologist, mollusk specialist.
It would take me a second to identify a rudist if I found one.
Yeah.
So I'm not by any means an expert either. But I think they're just marine.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a oyster or something? No.
Very cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, man, we're coming up on 6 o'clock. Wow. Nice. Excellent. Well, I don't know. Fisher, how much longer do you think you're going to do that wrapping?
It takes longer than I expect, so probably another half an hour.
Another half an hour? Okay. I'll keep streaming for a little while here. But if you've got any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. How much are we depleting our battery here? 63%. We're doing well. We're doing okay. Keep going for a little while. You know, it's a blessing and a curse having these nice clouds to cool things off and keep the sun off of us. But it does mean that the solar battery gets depleted faster. So yeah. And MCP says, what are y'all having for dinner tonight? Ooh, good question. Well, for Fisher and I, what we're having for dinner is probably veggie burgers. We're, I think, the only two vegetarians in camp right now. We end up eating a lot of veggie burgers and everybody else is eating meat. But it's going to be something meaty, I'm sure, for the meatitarians. Yeah, I don't know. Last night was a special dinner. The meat eaters had salmon fillet. Again, special. We don't normally eat like this. And some pasta. And we vegetarians had some Morningstar veggie burgers and pasta, which is nice. I really like veggie burgers. It's a staple for me. Yeah. And NG99K says, how is it decided which museum takes ownership of fossils collected in the field? That's a great question. Yeah, so like each museum will pick a champion, and so Cameron is the champion for Cincy Museum.
Champion and geological weapon of choice.
Yeah.
This is mine.
There you go. Nice. Now, but how do we decide that? So we honestly, like, we're very grateful because it's honestly a big favor when a museum says, yeah, we'll be your repository. We will take these fossils and we'll reposit them. We'll take care of them in perpetuity. Like, a lot. Let's talk about that for a minute. Like, what goes into that when we send fossils back to your museum?
Well, one of the hardest things for a museum, like, we've become a major repository in our part of the country simply because there's not a lot of museums expanding in space with respect to paleontology specifically. So we just purchased a new collections facility. We're gearing up to move into it.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We have over, I think, 10 million objects and an 80,000 square foot building. We're moving into like a 110,000 square foot building.
Nice.
But that gives us paleontologists it gives us in paleontology a great opportunity to, with the growth accounted for, to accept research collections.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get requests for things like hadrosaur skulls or triceratops skulls, fortunately, we have space, and considering the importance of all these finds, we're happy to make a home for it.
Awesome, yeah.
And usually it's the researchers reaching out to us. This is a little bit of a special relationship because we're involved in the research to some degree. But I'm regularly contacted by people saying, hey, I have 300 Cambrian trilobite specimens from Thailand.
Cool.
Can you take it? I say yes, and then I typically assign them a swath of repository numbers, of collections catalog numbers for CMC, and then they incorporate them into their publication, and I get a copy of that publication later so I can reiterate this information in our labels in our database.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fun.
So it's not cheap. I mean, like, that's a big financial output to be able to, like, all that time and money, and you have little boxes you have to put the specimens in and stuff.
Yeah. Fortunately, I like that stuff, and we have a great volunteer base. We're a nonprofit, so most of the work we do is through volunteers.
Yeah.
And internships and things like that. But it's a work of passion, certainly.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Cameron.
No problem. Happy.
Yeah. So I think we were working with Cincinnati Museum before we were working with the Carnegie Museum in Pittsburgh, but these are our two different museums who are our repositories for these fossils. Cincy has a lot more space than Pittsburgh does, so they're going to be taking the majority of these fossils, but there are a few that are going to Pittsburgh too. So, and we just kind of we work it out which ones go where. Part of it has to do with the amount of space, how big are the specimens, is there someone on staff at these museums who wants to study these things, that kind of deal. But we're all friends out here. It's it's nice that we've got, we're all excited. We're all on the same team, we're all pulling in the same direction. There's not been really any strife about this, and that's really great. We're very lucky that there's been no drama about this kind of thing, Yeah. And, what is it about your field that has surprised you the most, says Offending Commit? Good question. What has surprised me the most about I'll say about field work. That's a really good question. I think I'll say how accessible it is. I think when I was a kid, dreaming about growing up and becoming a paleontologist and going to far off, remote, exotic lands to excavate fossils, I kind of thought it would be a bit more exclusive, a bit more gatekeepy, like, well, you can't do this kind of field work until you have your PhD. It's not like that at all. And I want to really emphasize this to everybody watching. If you're interested in doing this kind of work, just do it. Like, reach out to a local museum, do some internet searches, figure out where there are field crews who are accepting volunteers, and try it. The most important thing about field paleontology, or really paleontology in general, is like those personal connections, who you know. There are people on our crew right now who are they have no formal connection to the sciences whatsoever, you know? Like some of Ethan's friends from Salt Lake, like, there's good people that he knows would be helpful out here in the field. We have people who are, I don't know, they work for a moving company, or they work as mechanics, or they work at in construction or something. And they thought it would be cool to come out here and do this sort of work, and they've been phenomenal. Like, if you're the sort of person who enjoys being outdoors in an environment like this, if you're not shy about sun and wind and rain and dirt and bugs and sleeping in a tent every night, if you don't mind a little bit of discomfort, if you've got good people around you, good, camaraderie, and, if you don't mind pooping in a bucket, or this year we actually have porta potties, which is really nice. Although I still poop in a bucket. I don't know. I'm used to it. Too much information. This is the sort of work that if you want to do it, you can just do it. It doesn't require a lot of, letters behind your name. Doesn't require a whole lot of, paperwork and stuff like that. You don't have to have a tremendous amount of formal training. Join a field crew and see if they'll train you on the job, and just go out there ready to work and ready to find cool things and contribute to science. You can do this. You sitting at home watching this right now, you can come out here, not necessarily here in Wyoming, but maybe Utah, Montana, maybe if you're watching from overseas in your home country, maybe you have a local museum where they go out and do field work. Maybe it's not dinosaurs, maybe it's fossil whales, maybe it's trilobites, maybe it's fossil fishes, or maybe it's not fossils at all, maybe it's geology, maybe it's wildlife biology. Maybe you're monitoring deer populations, or you're, looking at endangered frogs or something, Fieldwork is the sort of thing that we're often operating on shoestring budgets. We need volunteer labor to be able to function. Nobody on this crew is getting paid here, by the way. I want to make that very clear. We're all doing this because we love it, because we find it meaningful, because we want to do it. I'm here on Twitch right now streaming to you, and I could be, I could be on Kick, doing gambling streams and making millions of dollars, but I would hate myself, Who wants to be a fraud? Who wants to do that kind of garbage? I'm doing what I'm passionate about. I'm doing what I dreamed of doing since I was a little kid. I'm here right now living the dream and sharing it with all of you, and I find that really meaningful. And I'm extraordinarily grateful for the opportunity, So yeah. Yeah. You can do this kind of thing too. And even if it's not doing field work, say, I don't know, there are a lot of folks who, for whatever reason, many different reasons, they can't spend a lot of time outside. Maybe they need to be in an area where they have electricity. Maybe you need a sleep apnea machine at night. Maybe you need, a medication that can't get hot. Maybe there's so many different reasons why people can't come out and do this kind of rugged field work, and that's fine. Maybe there's a museum near where you live. Maybe there's a zoo. Maybe there's some sort of facility like this where you can engage in this kind of cool work, and you can follow your passion and be around cool people. Whatever it is that you happen to be passionate about, whatever gets you excited, whatever makes you happy, see if you can pursue it, I have to constantly remind myself how lucky I am to be able to do this kind of thing, but I want other people to be able to pursue their passions as well. I think we were talking about this earlier today in the quarry, but in our modern society, it's like if something doesn't make a profit, then it's considered worthless. But the best things in life don't make a profit, and they're not instantaneous. They take time, they take labor, they take blood, sweat, and tears, they take creativity and thoughtfulness. That's the sort of stuff that is meaningful in life, That's the sort of thing that you'll be proud of when you're an elderly person looking back on your life. You're not going to be thinking, oh man, I should have spent longer days in the office. You know, I should have made more money. Nobody thinks that way when they're old, looking back on their life. You want to be able to look back and remember things like this. So if you take nothing else away from today's stream, take that, you know? You can do stuff like this. I encourage you to find things that you find meaningful and get involved with them. So, yeah. I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's stream. But don't go away just yet. We're going to see if we can raid into somebody else doing some science here on Twitch. And I'm going to help pack up the site and maybe help Fisher with some of those specimens. And I got to reply to some emails too. We're going to be doing a special stream from here over the weekend on Saturday for Dino Fest in Pittsburgh. I'm going to be streaming live from here in Wyoming. And they're going to put me up on the big screen there in Pittsburgh at the museum. And we'll be doing a live interactive kind of field demonstration thing with the Carnegie Museum in Pittsburgh. So I've got some emails I got to send about that and some technical stuff I got to figure out in terms of streaming. So without further ado, let's find somebody else who is doing some science right now. Here we go. Scrolling. Let's see. Is there a see all? Let's go raid into. Why don't we go say hello to Casey Snowart, who is doing some art right now. Yeah. There we go. Casey Snow Art. Did that work? Hide this. There we go. Excellent. We're going to go right into Casey Snow Art. So Casey does a lot of like wildlife and animal illustrations. She's also going full-time here on Twitch, and you're going to love her channel if you've never seen it before. Casey is an absolute gem, and I've been lucky enough to do some streams with her. I did a stream with her in Colorado, her home state, back in February. We visited Dinosaur Ridge together, and that was really neat. So if you don't know Casey, you're going to love her, just like we all do. And yeah, so stick around for this raid. Everybody, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your attention, your viewership, for your questions, for your enthusiasm. It is such a privilege to be able to share this work with you, and you know, it kind of makes our day a little bit more interesting and helps us hone our communication skills, science outreach, all that good stuff. And thank you to everybody who supported this stream, this channel financially. That's the only reason I can be out here in the first place. Thank you for helping me make my living doing this. It is a dream come true. I pinch myself every morning. I'm so lucky to be able to do this kind of thing. And thank you to the moderators who make this possible as well by keeping this a safe and welcoming community for everybody who wants to tune in and learn about science and revel in the wonder and majesty of the history of life on our incredible planet Earth. Without further ado, let's go right into Casey Snowart. Oh, there we go. It already went. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.